need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2% for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish. No mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Hour 1 of Old School is sponsored by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in, Old School. Nick Wyman holding it down here for Austin Orman. He is out today on this Wednesday alongside my man Jay Foreman here for Old School, as always, from 3 to 6 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Jay Foreman just walking in. Jay, you missed a pretty electric atmosphere here today. We had the hot ones with Brett Baker in here. I showed up and we had Caleb Smith, Ridge Lovett and company in here, Anthony Lionheart Smith, and I'm like, all right, maybe I'm off the hook. And about an hour goes by and they're like, hey, you get in here and try this hot wing. I'm like, all right, I can't really say no. I mean, I'm one guy versus an entire audience, and I got to give the people what they want. And Rudy was here too to do it. I come in, it's like, all right, which wing are we on? They're like, well, we're on the bomb right now. We're on the hottest one with all these Scovilles. I don't remember the Scoville count, but it was pretty hot. And never tried it before. I don't know if you have ever, but I went in there and I took a big bite, not a squidward bite. Took an entire bite, ate the entire wing. But man, it was hot. I don't know if you've ever dabbled with the hot one stuff, but it's a one-time thing, I think, and then you move on from there.
Yeah, I've done it before, man.
Thoughts?
There's a reason why I wasn't here today at that time.
I
learned from experience.
How'd it go the time you did it?
Well, I did it different than you. I started from the bottom all the way up.
I got lucky and I didn't have to do the first 7. I did the last 3, which I can't imagine what the rest of them were going through at that point, because the bomb sauce, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's like battery acid on your tongue. Like it stings.
No joke, man.
It stings.
You weren't here when we were at 48th and O Street.
Okay.
A listener came in and he had some, man, and he just started sweating. Now he powered through like a champion.
So Farley came in. Farley didn't want to do it. Farley took the bomb after us because he was hanging out doing whatever. And they brought him in here. I'll say this. He took it like a champ. He didn't drink any milk or eat any ice cream or whatever. However, he was sweating like buckets. Like you would have probably thought it was 90 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Farley was, dapping up the head, and trying to get the sweat off of him. It was brutal. I think I drank through my pen here, drew an entire thing of milk. Drink a whole thing of water. I mean, the whole thing I know water's you're not supposed to drink.
Water's not good for you.
But that's all we had in here. I had to do something, and it was hot. But then we had the ice cream bars, and that kind of helped as well. Yeah. D-Man says the bomb almost gave him a panic attack when he had it and everything like that. So, yeah. Thomas and Lincoln said they had to remove your reaction to it off the internet.
Yeah, I wasn't done saying my story. Is that so? I did it from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me, and I said something. It was live radio actually, but there was a hair place, a hairdresser next door,
mm-hmm.
and it was kind of like a window like this. So we were in the studio like there, and then outside it was cold. I was down to like my boxers and I was just down to my boxers outside. I needed to cool my body down. It was cold outside when we did it. And so this lady, I never forget, she was in the chair and she had that, they put like tinfoil or something in their hair.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And she looked up and saw me there and not in the buff, but I was literally in my boxers.
That's a story in itself. Yeah. Imagine having to explain that one. What's going on? I wonder what was running through her head in that moment.
Well, everybody looked up, even that little hairdresser. They're like, oops. And I was just like, I didn't care. At that point in time, I had to stay outside for a couple minutes. But it was hot, man. I ain't never doing that again.
Thomas and Lincoln actually asked Jay, would you do it again if Mark Manning would do it? See, you said you'd never do it again, but now
I need to recant that. I probably would with Mark.
I mean, I'm curious to see because even the toughest people in the world having that. I mean, I came in with a stuffed nose today, and now it's already gone.
Yeah.
So
there's natural healing.
Natural healing, I guess.
I guess need herbs and stuff.
just grab grab the bomb.
Yeah, it's old remedy. There you go.
Not feeling it yet. I mean, I'll feel it later for sure. I know.
You're going to
that.
feel it this weekend. Your stomach is going to remind you periodically over the next 72 to 96 hours
that I have
about your decision that you made.
It wasn't really a decision. I got kind of thrown into the fire, which, there's 6 people in here. There's one of me, and who am I?
On fire, all right. You go what's going to happen is it's going to subside for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to think, oh, I'm on an easy street.
And you're going to forget about it. I'm going to forget about it.
You're going to eat something. You're like, oh, it's back.
It's going to linger in my body.
Yeah, it's going to remind you for the next week.
Rudy said it wasn't too bad. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Rudy's also from Texas. He's from San Antonio.
Rudy don't know any better right now.
We'll see.
It's going to hit Rudy.
It will?
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him later as we go on. But as we continue on the show, Heartland, Nebraska Window sponsoring the first hour of Old School. Appreciate them and all they do. Check them out based out of Hallam, Nebraska as well. But Old School continues on. I'll be here for the first hour. Harrison Arms will be tagging in as well. Jay Foreign will be here for all 3 hours. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman Jeweler text line. Or if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Channel 961 if you would be part of the conversation. So, Jay, we led off on Monday. We had a very long conversation about the Elite 11. I think we can continue because we have, obviously names that made the NFL, guys who, were Pro Bowlers, guys who Super Bowl champions, MVPs. Mm-hmm. There's also those who were just college darlings in their own time and spent a cup of coffee in the NFL. And there's other ones that, didn't pan out. And the Elite 11, that's kind of what it is. We talked about the opportunity it gives guys like Tate Martell, guys who were playing at Bishop Gorman, getting national televised high school games. And then guys like a Jalen Hurts or a Josh Allen who didn't have the opportunity to make the Elite 11. So we were tasked with the homework to decide, look and see, dive really into what the Elite 11, the percentages and how many guys, the hit rate and everything like that.
The hit rate is
the
hit rate is 12%.
You did the homework.
Yeah, it's 12%, and it's like 12.4%, depending on what your I guess what you decide what's a hit or not.
Mm-hmm. And how would you categorize a hit? Just like you made
serviceable.
Okay,
serviceable. So that means if one or two of the guys out of the 11 end up being average or better, because you'll have a class that you'll have 4 or 5, maybe even 6 and 7, that one class we were talking about, but then you'll have where it's just barely 1. You got to think Heisman winner, right? It started in what, 1999?
Yep, that was the first year.
So the first year, after the first year, the guy that you didn't have there was Matt Leinart, that went to one of the most prestigious high schools in all of America. He didn't go. He ends up going to USC. He didn't do anything but win the Heisman. Guess who was the MVP?
Who was it?
Brody Croyle, who went to Alabama. He played it 4 years, but I'd like to say that Matt Leinart was better than Brody Croyle, right? 37-2, back-to-back national champs. Won the Heisman, 65% completion percentage. Almost 11,000 yards, 99 touchdowns, and only 23 interceptions. Went 10th overall to Arizona Cardinals. Guess who else didn't go? The next year. Okay. And now I know this for a fact. Okay. This guy right here where I saw him. I was playing for the Houston Texans.
Okay.
And Aaron Glenn, New York Jets coach, who is from Houston, played at Texas A&M. Great dude, was a mentor of mine when I played, was a big homie. He said, hey, man, you need to come watch this kid. And I've been hearing about this kid. You hear about, and here's how I first heard about Vince Young. So it's Vince Young that didn't go to the Elite 11. I heard him on Friday. It's called Freestyle Fridays.
Okay.
Right on the stage. So I'm riding home, and he called in and he freestyled. And homeboy could rap, right?
Okay.
But you hear about Vince Young. They're talking about him. They were saying Andre Ware, who won the Heisman, and all these. They're like, this guy is way better. So I went and watched him. A man amongst boys. A man amongst boys. So what he was doing, what he did to USC in the win the national championship game,
Rose Bowl.
I saw him do his junior year in high school. He didn't go. That might be the biggest miss. Looks back-to-back years, right? Two of the most unstoppable. And guess who won the MVP that year? Ben Olsen. Then you don't even know who he is.
This is the UCLA quarterback we talked about the other day.
Ben Olsen.
Yeah.
Nothing. Right?
Did he play in the NFL? Did Ben Olsen play in the NFL? I don't think he did. He graduated. He divided the tryout for the Eagles, then broke his foot, and then he went undrafted in 2009. And that was it.
Yeah. And then guess what? The second coming of Peyton Manning. It wasn't Peyton Jr., but Andrew Luck, legacy kid. His dad, obviously well respected. He goes to Stanford and ends up being the number 1 overall pick. He didn't go. Now Blaine Gabbert won it. Blaine Gabbert was good at Missouri. Decent. He was a good player in the league. He wasn't great. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Ended up being a really good backup. Had a couple. I mean, Jacksonville, you can't really judge because you didn't have anybody around you. But I think he ended up his career on a pretty positive note. He went to Kansas City. Was a great backup there. Probably won a Super Bowl. Being a backup to Mahomes. So
He was a backup for Tom Brady that year during the COVID season too.
You gotta give him credit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he made a career out of it.
Yeah, but he found a way to extend his career. So it's not so much that he won it; it's the fact that Andrew Luck wasn't there.
Mhm.
He was that good as a freshman at Stanford. When he stepped on the field, you're like, that dude eventually is going to be in the NFL. It was just a matter. He was like, his last year, he wasn't wasting time. His last year at Stanford, but it was like, all right, let's hurry up and get through this year so you can be the number one pick.
I remember that was the year when the Colts, they obviously had the Peyton Manning situation where he's hurt, and then they did the whole suck for luck thing.
Yeah.
And then Peyton Manning's on the team technically, but he's out for the year, and they're playing like Curtis Painter was a quarterback that year for a long time, and the Colts were kind of just milking it, I guess, in a sense, to get Andrew Luck. Then you had RG3, you had the rise of him there, and history said, hindsight, you go back to that year. I remember Andrew Luck at Stanford. It was like a can't miss prospect. This guy's the next big thing. And
remember his pro day where he threw into the wind out there at Stanford, Northern California, and just put on a show, a legit show. He didn't have football pads on like Johnny Manziel. He didn't have a whole bunch of guy trainers out there with brooms and all this stuff. He was out there just playing the position of quarterback, and it looked just like he did in the regular season. The next one. This is an example of where you're from and what school you go to, a little bit of a social, economical, difference, right? Is Teddy Bridgewater. From Miami, went to high school there, not a very prominent school to where they're not able to go out on a big stage, but been a baller. He's a legend down there. Obviously, now he's back there coaching, and he didn't get invited, but Jeff Driscoll did.
He was the MVP that year, it looks like. And Jeff Driscoll played at Florida, jumped around the league.
Decent. It was a high draft choice. Really never really got a chance to show himself. I think they drafted him when Brady was just finishing up, right? At Tampa.
He started he jumped around the league for a long time.
But he was drafted at Tampa, right?
He was drafted by the 49ers. 49ers
right.
In 2016, 270th pick that draft.
It was the other Florida quarterback that was drafted by Tampa. I forget his name, but
Kyle Trask is who you're talking about.
Right, because both of them were kind of the same profile. Showed glimpses, more projects, good arms, but no production. Same result.
And then you look at Jeff Driscoll. He gets the Elite 11 MVP, goes through his college years and throughout his NFL career. 49ers, Bengals, Lions, Broncos, Texans, Cardinals, Browns, Commanders, Raiders, Cardinals, and back to the Commanders. He was on 3 different practice squads last year. So wasn't
I'm telling you, playing quarterback and evaluating quarterback is the hardest thing to do. Now, there's factors that work against the quarterback. You're dependent on a good offensive line. You're dependent on skill position guys. You're dependent on whoever, I guess in this case, college you go to, that they play to your strengths. You know what I mean? And then they give you time to develop. Because just like you pull the plugs on coaches quick, you pull the plugs on quarterbacks very quickly. I mean, you got to think, Lincoln Riley, you would have thought after Caleb Williams left, that Moss coming in after that bowl game, he was the next in line. Homeboy was on the bench at the bye week.
Yeah, real quickly.
Right. And then Mayeva came in, and then they're like thinking about, is he really that good? And now Moss, I think he was at Louisville.
Yep.
And so I mean, just that quick. So when you talk about guys that aren't successful, I would evaluate Driscoll as a guy that hit. Now we're not saying you hit a grand slam. You got to hit. Decent enough in college, got drafted, kind of bouncing around, and that's the same thing in the pros. Who's going to wait for you to develop? Where you're at as far as the pay grade? Is there actually a spot for you? And what I mean by that is, if you have investment into your starter and in your backup, right? Say you already have like a Chase Daniels who's now retired, but he's your backup. Well, then here comes Jeff Driscoll. You have to float around a little bit. You might be inactive and be on the practice squad, but you probably could have been the third quarterback, because some teams only carry 2 quarterbacks because you got the emergency one on Sunday. So, I think that's a hit.
And you look at Jeff Driscoll's career, like we mentioned, he goes Cincinnati. He doesn't play a down there in San Francisco. practice squad guy. He doesn't even play his first 2 years at Cincinnati. He played 9 games his third year there.
Yeah.
16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and almost a 10-year career now, what it is here in the year 2026. He made a career out of it. And you say, playing
That's a hit.
and starting quarterbacks in the NFL, there's only 32 teams. There's only 32 guys can be the starting quarterbacks. It is a very small percentage from Elite 11 to college all the way until the NFL draft and so on and so forth. So, a guy who's played in multiple different contracts, gotten multiple different deals, he's bounced around, but he made a career out of it at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, he's been able to see the field in 25 games over that span and make a career out of it for his name.
Yeah, well, I think it's not about, for every Andrew Luck, there's a Driscoll. So I think that's a hit. Now, when you talking about Ben Olsen, all those, that's a full-fledged strikeout. Full-fledged strikeout. Another guy right here, 2012, Jared Goff. Really, really good in high school. Goes to Cal. That was back when Cal was known for putting out good quarterbacks. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers was there and so forth and so on. He came out #1 pick. Obviously went to Detroit, battled through that. Then obviously was able to do some great things. Or not to Detroit, but he went for the Rams. Now he's at Detroit doing great things. Asante Woolard is the one that won it. I don't know where he went or who he is. I'd never heard of him.
So he played college ball at 3 different schools. He started at UCLA. So he was on that West Coast with said Jared Goff there in that same conference. Then he made the trip to the East Coast, played for South Florida. Then he ended up at Clarion College in Pennsylvania.
Right. So that's a huge miss, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have to bounce around based on like Spencer Rattler, right? Where, he starts out at Oklahoma. Here comes Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams' dad says, listen, if you don't start starting him now, he's going in the portal. Well, Lincoln Riley made the right decision. Now, obviously, he probably was forced that way. Spencer Rattler ends up going to South Carolina, has 2 good years. He's playing in the NFL, started some last year, right? But when you go from Elite 11, right, to Clarion College, that means you should have never been in the Elite 11.
I'm curious where this guy, because he doesn't have a, obviously, Wikipedia page or whatever. I'm curious, which high school, because we talked about the opportunity. A guy like Tate Martell played at Bishop Gorman, 3 of their 9 high school games are on national television. Right. I'm curious if this was back in 2012 where this guy was highlighted across the board. Maybe he's from the state of Florida, maybe someone like that. It was on television, for sight to see.
Likely, yeah.
So I'm curious to see where he went to high school at his high school history. Here he is. I found his recruiting profile. He was a Florida guy, I believe, Winter Park, Florida. So Winter Park, Florida kind of guy. That's the high school.
Orlando area.
Yep. So he's from out down in that area. Committed to UCLA in 2013 in the class of 2013 that year. But yeah, he was from the Winter Park High School area and the Orlando area. And there's a lot of eyes on that state for football. We always talk about the recruiting trails with Texas and California and Florida specifically. But maybe that's what happened. Somebody got a glimpse of it and said, oh, he's one of the top quarterbacks. So, but to say the least, in hindsight now, Jared Goff was just right in the same Elite 11 right there. Right. And that's what ends up happening down the line.
And when you think about it, the next 2 years, you miss on Deshaun Watson, and then you miss on Kyler Murray the next year. And then Kyler Murray was in 2014. And so when you look at the 2014 quarterbacks, right, I just pulled it up, and this is obviously where Kyler Murray was a part of it but didn't win the MVP. You had Drew Lock, who ends up, he's known for his dances on the sidelines. So obviously, Kyler Murray, right? And then you have Josh Rosen, right? And then you have Blake Barnett from that went to Alabama, ASU in South Florida, DeAndre Francois, where he went to Florida State Hampton. All these guys are not even close when you just look at him right now to Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray in the state of Texas probably had the best high school career ever. He will tell you, ever.
I remember seeing the highlight, the tapes and everything like that, where it's like, look at this guy, what he's doing. And then, starts at A&M. He obviously didn't start right away. He got some playing time there. Then he kind of goes to Lincoln Riley and that Oklahoma team, and the rest is history from there. Gets drafted #1 overall. He was a first-round pick in the baseball draft as well. And on top of that, with the athletics picking him, the rest is history from there. Goes to the NFL, plays with the Cardinals for a couple of years, has some memorable moments with that team with Cliff Kingsbury and company, and then now he's with the Vikings, which J.J. McCarthy, another Elite 11 guy down the line. They're both on the same team now, competing for that starting job is what they're saying.
Right, and then you have like sneaky good classes in Elite 11 that bump up the numbers by what they market themselves, right? Where you're talking about where you had 2018, Jaden Daniels, Max Duggan, I'd say he's a hit just because of how good he was in college, and obviously he kind of found his way onto the pros. Jaden Daniels, obviously, he's good. Even a guy like Ryan Helinski, where we've seen him up close and personal, found his way. Now he had some personal issues, really played well at Northwestern. So he was a serviceable player. So he was a single, if you want to think about the hits. Then you have Tua, right? Obviously, he went to his brother Talia, who was at Alabama and Maryland. So and we saw him; he was pretty good. Bo Nix, Spencer Rattler, Graham Mertz. If you take Graham Mertz, the first game that he ever played in college, right, to where Patrick Mahomes and T.J. Watt or J.J. Watt and everybody's tweeting at him, and then you take his production at Florida, I would say that's a hit. Now, in between, not so much. Same with Cade McNamara. Cade McNamara, the year that he stayed out of his own way at Michigan, is better than the one that ended up at Iowa. After that, I guess you could say Sam Howell because he's been in the NFL. But Sam Howell is known as being probably the most handsome quarterback in ACC history for the last 10 years. He had the flow. He did. He did have the flow and all that. I mean, once he took off the helmet, that was it. So that's a really good class when you think about it.
I'm trying to think. Sam Hartman, the Notre Dame quarterback. He's not an ACC quarterback. He was also a nice looking, nice head flow and everything. Yeah. But yeah, Sam Howell.
Sam Howell, the same thing. But Hartman but you think about Sam Howell. His junior year, he probably should have came back for his senior year. I'm going to tell you what, the quarterback that the Bears took over Trubisky worked against him. That's the way that happens. So say like, I remember when Grant was coming out, Trevor, wasn't, as productive as people would like at the number 5 pick. Then they try to box you all in there in the same way. Like when Nebraska, when we were playing, obviously we were predominantly run team. The first thing they say that, you can't pass block. But then here goes Brendan Stiles, Zach Wiegert, Aaron Graham, Rob Zadiska. All 4 of those guys played either at or close to 10 years in the league. You got to pass block. You just don't develop as a pass blocker. Well, you do develop as a pass blocker when you get to the league. But if you just couldn't at all, you wouldn't have lasted that long. Now, sure, some, switch positions, but you had to be more than serviceable.
And you talk about like Sam Howell and Mitch Trubisky. It's ironic both those guys went to North Carolina, and there was a lot of talk. I remember with Mitch Trubisky coming out because he only played 1 full year of college football. Sam Howell was the same way. Should he come back for his senior year? And I mean, they were at this Elite 11. Well, Sam Howell was, and he was a part of this class that had, Max Duggan, Cade McNamara, Graham Mertz. You mentioned all these names. Bo Nix. I mean, this is a heavy hitting class. Jaden Daniels, Spencer Rattler. This is a really, like you mentioned, the heavy hitting classes. 2018 might be that because you also Tulia Tagovailoa. He's another one too. So that is one of the big ones that bump up those percentages across the board.
And you know what? When you look at it, there's some guys. I mean, like when you look at 2016 class, you got Sean Clifford, who I think in Penn State, I think they probably pushed him out because he's a record-setting quarterback in Penn State. But I think they were always waiting for his career to end. You know what I mean? Because Drew Aller was the highest rated quarterback that they've ever recruited. So they just assumed he was going to kind of win the Heisman. Well, then now you look at it, they missed Sean Clifford. So that's a hit. Where you think Tommy DeVito, right? Obviously, went to Syracuse, Illinois, and now it's the Giants. Now, is he known for more of, his play or his agent?
Probably, I'd probably say more of it. Well, college, I remember him in college. He was a pretty solid serviceable quarterback.
He was a gamer.
Exactly.
So that's a hit, right? Jake Fromm, I think he probably peaked in high school, but he was a winner at Georgia, right? And so he had
a lot of really good players around him across the board.
But he wasn't what you expected when you ran off Justin Fields, right?
Yes,
obviously, right.
Yes.
And then you have Tua won it. Obviously, Tua coming from Hawaii. That's definitely a hit. But Jack Sears, do you remember him? Chris Robeson?
I remember Jack Sears at USC because he was also a part of the whole when they had Jackson Dart there for a little bit as well, and they were flipping quarterbacks around with JT Daniels, Jackson Dart, and him. He was kind of the middle ground of that.
He's infamous.
Yes, for just that bad year at USC before they finally got their ground and found their quarterback and found their head coach.
Right. But then you have guys like Tate Martell, right? We talked about him. Dylan McCaffrey, right? Who's probably better at Northern Colorado than Michigan. And that's where you talk about development and or what type of quarterback is he? And is that why you're at Elite 11? Those two better athletes than quarterback at that point in time. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then you have Davis Mills, who was probably ended up, you take Tua out of it, it's probably been the most serviceable pro.
Yeah.
And he came into the league without having NFL talent around him at Stanford. There were a little bit of a dip in talent after Harbaugh, obviously in the shadows of Andrew Luck. Won some games down in Houston, right? Made himself a lot, ended up probably playing 10, 12 years in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The best job out there. That's it. That's either punter or kicker, long snapper, or backup quarterback.
Yeah, and he was also part of when, the year where the Texans weren't great, like you said,
Right.
and then they had C.J. Stroud and all those guys on the radar. So we're going to take a break in this first segment here. We're going to dive into more Elite 11 because there's so many different names we've gotten to across the board. Nick Wyman hanging out with Jay Foreman, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It is going to be another warm and muggy day. High temperature of 85 degrees. Southeast wind, a little breezy, gusts up around 25 miles an hour, and a slight chance for a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. A little bit better chance here overnight. We'll drop down to 65 for a low and then 85 tomorrow with another chance for some rain. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dunham for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Coppell family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Coppell or at CoppellCars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Play ball! Some places just feel like home. In Lincoln, that place is Haymarket Park. For 25 seasons, it's where we gather with friends, with family, and our out-of-towners who want that same warm welcome. It's where kids catch their first foul ball, where we're all neighbors for at least 9 innings. Because when Salt Dogs fans root for our home team, there isn't a single stranger in the stands. So come one, come all, and let your local tradition play on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish, no mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, Old School. Nick Wyman stepping in for Austin Norman here, alongside Jay Foreman on Old School 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We diving in more Elite 11. Going down the list. I mean, we could probably talk for 3 hours about this. We've probably already averaged about 3 hours, Jay, about the Elite 11 and what it is and what it entails and some MVPs and where guys have come and gone throughout their careers. You know, some guys have come out of there without an MVP name attached to them, and they've been number one overall picks. Andrew Luck and Jared Goff being two of those examples. Then some guys get the MVPs and they don't even make it to the National Football League, a dream that every kid who grows up playing a game of football dreams of. So, Jay, we've kind of dove into some of the names down the road. There's obviously some other classes we can get into. I'll let you lead the way because you have all the nuts and bolts, I would say. Like you said, I'm leaving. I'm going to do my homework. And you meant it.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's guys in it, and it's not just, I guess there's finalists or whatever, or guys that get there, but you got guys that, you never even heard of, right? Like Roshan Johnson. I mean, he was
played at Texas.
Yeah, he played at Texas.
And everybody but me knows, right. I guess, allegedly.
And had a cup of tea with the Bears, technically, right? Mm-hmm. So that means he was essentially like a mini camp arm. And
I think he moved to a running back.
Yeah, moved to a different position. So he was, again, when you talk about Elite 11 quarterback, I guess, camp or whatever, it's called playing the position. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys are getting there based on wherever they're from originally, like whatever like city they're from or high school. And then they get there and you got a guy like Teddy Bridgewater I talked about who went to Miami Northwestern, not a very prestigious school economically.
Yeah.
Doesn't probably get out on the 7-on-7 circuit, probably doesn't get a lot of national media attention or didn't. And then he goes and starts at Louisville as a freshman and just obliterates everybody and is a legend. And it goes from Miami to Louisville. And then how do all these other guys that, when you start to see a little bit of a pattern where these guys are from, right? And it's generally either Texas or obviously California. You'll get somebody like Isaiah Williams that went to Trinity Catholic in Missouri, which then he goes to Illinois and he ended up being a really good college player at Illinois.
He was like a wide receiver hybrid toward the end because he was a quarterback.
He was a quarterback, then switched. Mm-hmm. And so technically he's in NFL camp. Realistically, he ain't playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's and then when you look at some of the stuff that they're trying to do, and I understand where Elite 11, it was started by Trent Dilfer. It started actually Nike Spark. You remember that?
Yes.
And then it branched off from there. And there's a lot of things that go into playing the quarterback position. Obviously, we're talking about it now because Trey Taylor won. And then obviously for him, it's a great, honor. Then, where he takes it from there, and where it's not even necessarily him, where everybody takes it with him, because it's everybody with him, year in and year out, along with him, got to make do of it. It's still 7-on-7, but there's a lot of things that go into quarterback. Can you get hit? Can you handle getting hit? Can you handle a little bit of adversity? And more importantly, can you handle success? That's been like the rat poison, as Nick Saban said around here. And then, how are you going to get significantly better? It's a huge step up coming to college.
And like you said, like there's more, like you have to handle adversity. Like some of these quarterbacks going in as a freshman, they potentially have to start a road game or a neutral site game, whether you go to, a Big Ten school or an SEC school and you're playing in a hostile environment right away. And you don't have that here. There's a lot of different factors. It's 7-on-7. I know 7-on-7 is not everybody's cup of tea. It's more about like athleticism and how you can throw the ball and how you can fit the ball with the skill position guys. It's not the most flashy thing for the, in the trenches kind of thing, because there's not a whole lot going on there. Not really flashy for running backs as well. But the thing that, like you said, you got to take it from here. It's a step in the right direction, but you still have to write your own story and continue to grow as a player, because you have the 11 guys in each of these classes, whether it be 2026 or even 1999, each of the 11 go to their separate colleges, make that next step. It all depends how you write that story and continue to improve and develop, because that's another part of this whole thing as well, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest thing to do is not the easiest thing to do, but I call it like Jaden Daniels and these rookies that come in. It's called catch you by surprise. They have no tape on you. And if you really, really have a good coordinator and good people around you, right, you can really take the Big Ten by surprise. We've seen it with Adrian Martinez, right? He had NFL talent around him. You had Divine Ezigbo, the best offensive line of Scott Frost's tenure, the best tight end group as well. And then you had JD Spellman and Morgan.
Stanley
Morgan. And forget, you had another receiver, right? So you got to think, you had NFL talent, right? And then you had the skill set of Adrian. And he obliterated the Big Ten. But then that next year, now obviously there's other factors because all those guys are gone, right? But the other factors, I have a year of tape to watch you. Jaden Daniels didn't look like, before he got hurt, he didn't look the same. That's the adversity that you're going to have to face. And around here, you have, some media guys, and that as soon as you make one or two plays as a young guy, you're like the best of all time.
Yes.
And look, these kids are young, they're impressionable, they could believe it. So how you deal with success, which is actually a form of adversity. Adversity, I always think like, you throw a pick on 3rd and 1 or something.
Yes.
Adversity is actually, how you handle success, because it could turn into true adversity if you don't, and you could be lost in the wind. A lot of these guys had instant success, or the long runway when they first got to college, or you could get recruited. I keep talking about Jaden Davis. I watched him play. Matter of fact, he goes to Providence Day. I trained kids down there.
So it's like firsthand. What
I know.
he's going
I
through.
know the type of talent that goes year in and year out to that school. I'm training a kid. I trained a kid for 2 years that's going to Denison. Another kid that's at Clemson right now. Another kid that everybody in America is looking after.
So a lot of really good talent, right in that one area.
Jumpy Gathers is his dad. I've been knowing Jumpy, from when he played at what was called the Redskins and all this other stuff. So and so for Jaden Daniels, when he went to Michigan, that was it. Remember, that was the first year that freshmen could go in and practice. And then Michigan was practicing, and Harbaugh was talking about him, and they were in a national championship run. So he was supposed to be the next in line. Then guess what?
He wasn't.
Well, he wasn't. Sharon Moore, and then he starts to, next thing you know, they recruit over you. Now he's in the win. He's in that like gray area right now where he won't be technically a hit unless he transfers either down or to a school that's willing to essentially start over with him and develop him.
And there's a whole lot of, like you said, there's different factors out of his control. And
right.
He's not only the one example. And here you go through a lot of them. You're like, like we mentioned a guy, like a JJ McCarthy comes in Michigan. He's the guy or whatever. And then there's guys down the line, like you mentioned there, where he's the hottest recruit in Penn State. Sean Clifford's a good one. Sean Clifford, he's serviceable quarterback at Penn State, but we got this guy Drew Aller coming up here in the next recruiting class. We're looking to build around him, and we're looking to really do a lot with him and everything. And there's different coaches that come and go, and that plays another factor, and that goes into the whole adversity thing, because you're facing adversity on not only yourself, what your team supplies around you, and that goes back to you have 1 year where there's not a lot of tape on you, and then you have NFL talent around you. The NFL talent goes to the next level. Next year, there's a microscope. There's a microscope under you, because now there's the film out there. They know your tendencies. They know how you play, and they find ways to contradict what you're doing to find that success the year before.
I mean, you got the first year, 1999. Chance Mock from the Woodlands, Texas. Went to Texas. Nothing. Roman Yarba went to UCLA and Idaho State. Zach Wasserman, Penn State, California. John Van Cleve, Louisiana Lafayette. Are you trying to tell me that the best goes to Louisiana Lafayette?
They have some interesting quarterbacks.
Chris Ritz, remember him? He was a can't-miss prospect.
Florida State guy.
Casey Clausen, the brother. Do you know his brother's name?
Jimmy. Notre Dame.
You remember how he got famous?
I remember.
Mel Kiper said if he's not successful, he's like, I'm retired. You should not be on TV anymore.
Here we are, 20 years later, Mel Kiper's still on TV.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I'm sure the evaluation improved and all this other stuff, but I think also, it's a really good look into how this evaluation, it can be skewed, but then, look, we're blessed to have back-to-back, well, not back-to-back years, but in the last 3 years, we got Dylan and now we got Trey. Here's also a thing. Here's the guys that didn't make it from 1999.
You have a list.
Yeah, I got 4.
You got 4 names.
Okay, you got 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew Walter.
Serviceable NFL player.
Right.
Good college
Started
player.
at ASU. Had a lot of good games and good years. Went to the NFL, played for Oakland and New England.
Mm-hmm.
Played more than 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Fry. You remember him?
Long-time quarterback.
Yeah, long-time quarterback. Played at Cleveland, Seattle, and Oakland. Started at Cleveland, too.
He's part of the list of names of the Browns quarterbacks.
Right.
But that to his own.
But then he left Cleveland and was still he was obviously did something well enough at Cleveland to get picked up at other places.
Yep, exactly.
Here's the one also. You're talking about what do you do with it? First round pick, Jason Campbell, national champion, went to Auburn. Plethora of NFL teams.
Raiders.
Yep.
Washington. He
Chicago,
he played
Cleveland,
everywhere.
Cincinnati.
And he was a serviceable, he was a big time starting quarterback. He also a serviceable backup as his veteran years went around.
Right. The last one, the guy that does a lot of stuff with quarterbacks right now, Luke McCown. He went to Louisiana Lafayette, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, Atlanta, New Orleans.
It's a family that's around quarterbacks too. Look at Josh.
Right.
Was Josh McCown on any of these lists? That's a good.
It's before that, because is Josh the older one or is he the young one?
They both were for a long time. But Luke was the younger one. But yeah, you think Josh McCown.
So that was the first year, and those are the 4 misses. You got a guy that won a national championship, and 3 guys that are well vested in the NFL at quarterback position,
in some shape or form.
So, and then this is also, you got to think, they had a pretty good set of counselors there for that first Elite 11. Tim Rattay, Chris Redmond, Carson Palmer, and Taylor Barton.
Yeah.
All of them had NFL careers. Obviously, Carson Palmer was obviously.
Chris Redmond, a former Falcon. He was there for a while. He's coaching.
Baltimore, New England. Yeah. And then obviously Tim Rattay played, for quite a while. I played against him in college and played against him in the pros. So, it's not an exact science.
Interesting. We're going to take our second break of hour 1 here. Hour 1 of Old School, part of the Heartland, Nebraska Windows, based out of Howell, Nebraska. Give them a call today for more information. 402-430-3852. We'll be back to wrap up hour 1 of Old School after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assigning. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7626.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket. Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Koppel family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish. No mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
It is going to be another warm and muggy day. High temperature of 85 degrees. Southeast wind, a little breezy, gusts up around 25 miles an hour, and a slight chance for a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. A little bit better chance here overnight. We'll drop down to 65 for a low and then 85 tomorrow with another chance for some rain. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downham for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Old School Hour 1 here, brought to you by Heartland Nebraska Windows. As always, check them out in Howland, Nebraska. Hour 1, almost over here. Before we wrap up the conversation, the Elite 11, it's been a conversation me and Jay Foreman have really dove into over the past couple of days. A name I want to point out in the Elite 11 was 2001, Gavin Dickey, Florida. So his story, quarterback coming out of Florida, undrafted in the NFL, doesn't really play a whole lot. Well, he ended up playing. He has a connection to Nebraska. Did you know that?
No.
Not Nebraska football.
Baseball?
Baseball, because he played for the Lincoln Salt Dogs in the late 2000s. I recognize the name. He played with like Peachy Billette and guys like that in this area. He was an outfielder during his time playing in the American Association. So he was an Elite 11 quarterback along with the names like Trent Edwards, longtime NFL quarterback. Matt Gutierrez, he's a backup for the Chiefs.
Trent Edwards was drafted by Buffalo.
Yep, he was a Buffalo guy. Then he went to the Jags and bounced around forever. But he was a Buffalo quarterback when Marshawn Lynch was still there. So Gavin Dickey was along with the Elite 11 alongside guys like Tyler Platko, Troy Smith, who was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback with the Ohio State Buckeyes, Drew Stanton. And he was in that same Elite 11 class with Vince Young during that year. So that's a crazy connection. You
just never know where the
story's going to take you.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I think before we wrap up, I guess overall, just with Trey Taylor and everything like that, Nebraska's had their kind of feet wet into the Elite 11 with Dylan Raiola, TJ Lateef has been there, Daniel Kalen and Trey Taylor. I guess just overall thoughts on the Elite 11, because we see the positives of it and everything about it, but we also see it's not always the end all be all, because you still have to write your own story at the end of the day. I think that's the moral of the 2.5 hours we've talked about this thing for the last couple days.
We're going to dive into more of me and Harrison. We'll talk more on Trey Taylor. He's practicing up at Miller North. What we possibly think he needs to get out of his senior year. But I think, look, man, there's nothing but positive for Trey for sure, because he obviously works at his game. I mean, there's no doubt, you can't, deny that. And if he's successful, at whatever camps or whatever he's doing, he's obviously in high regards. And so it's good for Nebraska as well. Now, look, he's committed, and I know he's getting compensated. So I think the only thing that matters is when he signs and then where he goes from there.
Mm-hmm.
And, look, I think it's not a negative on it. There's nothing negative about him being, leveling up, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
Putting his name out there and continuing to showcase. You see all the highlights on social media and everything like that too.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, he's
doing his thing.
I mean, it's no different than a basketball player that goes to some sort of shoe camp and he does well and he's already committed at Nebraska, and then he continues to do it. So, look, it's a positive thing, and now you got to keep the positivity going.
And you have obviously Braylon Warren down there as well, Missouri commit at the moment, and I still circle that week 9 of the high school football season. You get the Omaha West Side Millard South game, the cap off regular season play with those two potentially going head to head.
A lot of history there, and the Millard South team looks a little different, but they reloaded again. You get rid of Jet Tamala, not get rid of, but Jet Tamala's down in Alabama, and somehow, some way, you get Trey Taylor, just shows up on your door. That's not a bad. It's not a bad 2 or 3 year run, or 4 year run to have a quarterback. And guess what? Their quarterback that was supposed to start at Millard South transferred. He's backing up Steve Warren, so he's going to be at Westside, and he's a pretty dang good prospect as well.
That's exciting. You have that right there in the backyard. Attendance for that game. What do you think?
Whatever the capacity.
Because we know what. You ever been to a high school game? You got to park in the grass. If you go out to outside
I'm gonna
Nebraska,
get there early, man. I'm gonna check. I gotta see what's what.
2 hours early. What do you think? What do you think the tailgate?
Yeah, I gotta see if you can get. I gotta see if you can handle getting hit.
That should be a fun one.
You're gonna get hit. Yeah, West Side.
West Side. I mean, because there's a history between the two schools too, so that makes it interesting. It's a little rivalry, kind of little Michigan Ohio State up there between those two teams now.
It's like the Hatfield and McCoys.
Hour 1 Old School. Harrison tagging in. We'll be right back to continue the show of Old School on 92.7.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your technology built for where you are or for where you're going? Can your current technology support future growth? To break through that invisible ceiling, you need executive-level strategic technology advising. Moser can help your business grow appropriately and efficiently, giving you the ability to turn your tech stack from a cost center into a growth engine. Visit moserit.com/theticket. That's moserit.com/THETICKET to learn more.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet, GMC and GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Koppel family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service owner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7626.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
If you're looking for a workplace that feels like home, Midwest Bank might just be the place. We're hiring a personal banker in Lincoln who enjoys helping others and being a part of a close-knit team. With great perks and a community-focused mission, you'll feel right at home here. Porque aquí todos son bienvenidos. Apply today at Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer. Member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts, answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman and Harrison over there in the ones and twos. It is now Austin. It is not Austin. He's still out and about. And so Harrison's, we appreciate him stepping in. This is Old School. We are brought to you by Graham Tires. Been serving the Midwest for 75 years. 4 locations in Lincoln. Look them up, Graham Tire of Lincoln. Tell them Jay Foreman, Harrison, or Austin Orman sent you in. They'll take good care of you like they did us and to continue to do us over here at the Ticket. We appreciate them and their support very, very much. Harrison, I don't know if you were listening back there in the production room, but we're talking about Elite 11 because Trey Taylor obviously won the MVP. And now we're moving forward to, Trey Taylor, what it means for Nebraska. The thing that's crazy is that, he's going through this first year in the state of Nebraska, kind of like Dylan Raiola went through as he was playing at Nebraska. And so it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it being, I wouldn't say he's tugged in 2 different ways because he's always around the football team.
Right.
I think I saw something where they gave him a standing ovation. And then, he must have practiced with his Millage South team early in the morning. It must have came down there maybe, I don't know, like that afternoon or maybe it was Sunday night. So really time management is going to be one of the biggest things that he's going to have to learn how to do. And time management isn't just physically being somewhere, mentally where you're at, because Class A football in Nebraska is probably better than the league that he was at in Chicago. And so, the best thing for him is have the best senior year that he can have. Work on the things that you want to work on. You got your partner in crime there in Tate Ellis, and you got a plethora of other athletes that have transferred from Lincoln up there to be a part of Millage South, along with the ones that they had coming back. And so, to be your best version of yourself come January 20th of 27, because that's generally when they start school. They'll be an early enrollee. That can't happen unless you're fully invested in Millage South and their success and your success up there in Millard. And that's going to be, a big part of how he plays as a freshman here at Nebraska.
Are you that worried that maybe that's not the right way to phrase it, but
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying
it seems pretty locked in. It's important, but I think he gets the game at this point.
Right now, sense. But it's a long football season.
It is.
It's a lot of travel because you're going up there 6 days a week. So 6 times 100, that's 600 miles a week. That's 2,400 miles, per month, and that's 4 or 5 months. You're talking about
he just stays in Omaha.
I don't know. I thought he said his apartment's here.
Yeah, but get a couple.
Get a couple apartments and you like 17, 18 years old?
I think in today's era, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got.
Yeah, maybe.
He's
stay
not.
up there during
maybe
the week.
He's paying for it. Maybe he's not. But
maybe that's it. Maybe so. I never thought.
I don't
about
think
that.
you make the bold move to do all. I don't think that he's. Again, this is me just total speculation, but I'd be surprised if he's just bouncing back and forth every single day.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're not a cut down on him, but either way, I think he's welcoming the challenge. I mean, I think it's a big move, I think for him. I mean, you got to think he has to have a level of in my opinion, a level of maturity to be able to make that decision. Now, obviously, it was a family decision. Obviously, they're, obviously a very tight family. To, look, you're uprooting him a year early. Yep. I mean, it's a big deal for kids to go off to college period. let alone a full year earlier to a whole different state with a lot of pressure on you, a lot of eyes on you. Now, obviously, you brought it on yourself by social media presence and what you do on the field.
Right.
But I mean, look, you got news up there covering him just working out with high school teammates. I mean, he could be throwing passes to, future ninth graders. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you just don't know who because when you're just kind of doing off-season workouts, you have incoming freshmen along with freshmen or junior or freshman, sophomore, and juniors that are already there. And it's on the news. So if you don't think it's a big deal, it's a big deal. And how you handle it is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how that pressure, when the football season really starts in Millard South, like that's when I'm going to really be keeping eyes on it. Like if he has a bad game, how much does that get pushed in the media? If he has a really great game, do they put him in this mountain where he's supposed to be the next savior of Nebraska football? Like that's the territory where I start sweating a little bit, and that's probably inevitable.
Yeah,
I think with the coverage he's already getting. Yes.
I mean, I think you're going to have people, Trey Taylor did this. And then once you go viral, then it's not even his fault. He's just going out there trying to be a high school kid and playing. And the next thing you know, somebody says something. Now
he fails his math test. We're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
Like that's the coverage that it's going to be a lot.
It'll be interesting to see. You know what the most interesting point it will be is, he was just getting recruited by Nebraska when Dylan was here, because Dylan was only here for it was 2 football seasons, but you were here for 18 months. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so looking at that, what positives and negatives did you kind of see or hear or were told about it, and how you handle it?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot of eyes.
What do you, and more importantly, what does that January, February, March, April look like for you when you're here? There's a lot of free time, a lot of pats on the back. You're in here. You kind of been here. It's real. Is excitement still there since you've been down here all the time? And then, how do you keep your profile low, but also keep it, very, very visible too?
How much stock you buy into the Elite 11? Because Huskers dude did chime in. He says, not trying to downplay the 7-on-7 Elite 11 camp, but I'm pretty sure we've had at least a couple on our own roster in the past, and they never even played it down. Daniel Kalen, I think he finished top 3. Dylan Raiola was in that mix, and obviously now with Trey Taylor, do you put much stock
Johnny
into
Stanton was too, right?
Who?
Johnny Stanton.
I think so.
Then he end up playing fullback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't put 100% into it, but I think it's something that you do in the off season. So I think I put something into it. I mean, it's not the final answer, but it's a part of the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
I mean, good on him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to downplay
there's
it.
no negative on it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to hold it against him that he went and did well at a quarterback camp. That'd be the dumbest thing ever. How dare you go be good in no, however they pick the MVP and you're, the guy that won it. Hey, you're part of history, and you got to go from there. Some of the things that you can learn to do in 7-on-7 maybe can help you when you play, real football. And some of the things, if you aren't Trump tight with your fundamentals and your footwork and your process on how do you, go and do things, can really hurt a quarterback. But I think he's made improvements every single year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bigger. If he's bigger and stronger, that means his arms are going to be stronger. His accuracy seems like it's pretty good. And, he was able to, hold off some guys that are right on his heels of being the number one or highly sought after quarterback. There's about 5 or 6 guys that are right there on him, which should bode well for him and Millard South moving forward.
Yeah, and it's not nothing again. 7-on-7 isn't the full picture, but I was listening to Todd Monken with the Browns, and he was freaking out because his guys were throwing picks, and he thought it was ridiculous how bad their 7-on-7 was with Shador and Dylan and their whole staff. So, no, I think for Trey Taylor,
when you're playing for real now, like if you're 7-on-7 in the NFL camp, it means something.
Well, and Todd Monken wasn't pleased.
Oh yeah. If you're asking that, like if you're down here, like next year, and you doing like your off season work and like like team stuff, and you throwing picks, oh yeah, I'm be a little worried about it. Now, obviously, something is you can fix, but when you're doing it, and a lot of times you're going against kids that don't know you, you don't know them, which is an advantage for you.
Oh, there's no pressure.
No pressure and all that. But like when you're in a team environment, this process is going along the train tracks to be successful when we start playing for real. Yeah, that's a little bit more worrisome, and it's different, NFL versus college, or in his case, high school.
Yeah, how do you feel about the quarterback room as a whole right now? I mean, we're
this team
full,
this year.
Yeah,
I think
full offseason mode here.
I think it's good.
A little bit
I think you got
different.
Calandra, and then I think you got TJ Lateef, and I think you got Daniel Kelly. I think you got a strong room for the simple fact that you got 3 guys that have started significant amount of games in college. And obviously Calandra won, player of the year. Played and started at Virginia. Daniel Kaelin did the same, came back. TJ Lateef was forced into action as a young freshman. So I think if you have to go to like your bullpen, I think it's a stronger bullpen. So I think your quarterback. I think also TJ Lateef has learned a lot. I think the team, and this would be a part of Calandra too. I'll just start with Daniel Kaelin. I think when Daniel Kaelin was here at the very beginning, he just, I like it that he didn't decommit when Dylan came. You know what I'm saying? And then he just threw himself out there and handled his business, was very, very good, good as a freshman. And then, look for a better opportunity, and now he's coming back. So you're getting a guy that's a good in the quarterback room. Then you have TJ Lateef where, the guys on the team rallied around him last year.
Yeah.
Right? And so that success or periods of success for him allows him to play more freer and then kind of really dive into, I guess, being a backup or whatever, and then to continue along that development process. And then you have Calandra where he's came in and, has a different personality and kind of, the whole handshake thing. I mean, which is, not something I would do, but it's what he chose to do. But I think ultimately he's a very, he's a competitor. And I think that, guys will feed off his energy. Now, the best energy to feed off of is playing good. But I think overall that quarterback room is very, very solid. I think offensively, I would say obviously the offensive line is upgraded without a doubt. I think the wide receiver room, top to bottom, I think will be better, and has way more depth. Those young guys have developed and all that. You got Quinn Clark emerging, and you got Hunter and was it Kilmore that's came, and then you got Barney, and you got a bunch of guys. You got Smith. You got a bunch of guys.
If they're developing, it should be significantly better.
Right. And you got a lot more depth.
Yeah.
You feel really good about that. And the running back room, I think, is probably one that we could spend the rest of the next, 8 to 9 minutes, 10 minutes talking about. That's a hot topic. And that's where a lot of the eyes are going to be on. A lot of the eyes are going to be is like, I don't know if the media gets to go to scrimmages or whatever. That's the room that all eyes are going to be on when it's usually the quarterback room. Sure, I think the Calandra starting, I think probably was put to bed pretty quickly. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, in this era of NIL, I think whoever's getting that bag out of the portal,
gonna get first chance,
fair or not. Yeah, they're going to get first chance because you're putting the most stock into him.
And he has the most success. He's the player of the year. He was really good last year.
You don't bring a journeyman quarterback who's got 1 year left
and the circumstances, was it Minchie or whatever was supposed to come, and then he goes to Kentucky, and then now you got to kind of go in the list, and everybody else started to get commitments, and so he knows that and look, he's came in and probably competed.
Yeah.
So he's right there, but I think the running back room is like the quarterback room every single year. It's like the first year Dylan was here, and who was going to start, or when he was going to start, or what the rotation is going to be like, because you have to replace a lot with Emmett on the field. You also have to replace a lot with Emmett off the field. That probably won't come from that room directly, but it'll come from the rest of the offense. And that's where Calandra, Lateef, Kaelin have to be huge. And then that's where, Evans, as far as the offensive line, has to be huge to make up for that leadership, right? And
those wide receivers
and
that
the
you
positivity. Yeah, they got to as well. But they're way out there. It's hard for them to lead being way out on. I'm talking about inside.
I get
you know what I'm saying? But now the running back room, you got, what do you think, 3 or 4 guys?
I'm going to guess we see 4, probably.
Okay, so let's just
because they were high on Rule
let's
as
just
well.
break them down.
Jamal Rule.
Okay, let's just break them down. Mosey, who made the switch last year from wide receiver to running back
Mhm.
seamlessly, right? Is bigger. He's probably the most complete all-around back.
Yeah, I mean, just from the little bit that we saw, he
Right,
looked
yeah. Just
the
assume that
most well-rounded.
you have made some progress.
Yes.
So he's probably the most, he's probably
I'm
the
guessing that's
mo-
who we see first.
maybe, but you
As
just
of
never.
now.
But then they like Nelson
Mhm.
because of the breakaway speed and the way he played in the bowl game.
Mhm.
And he's the guy, remember, kind of like Emmett. And Emmett started to really emerge when Dana got here, Coach Holgerson, right? Well, then remember, Coach Holgerson had talked about there's a guy that's been on the roster and he's shown some things, and we're probably going to play him. And then they end up not playing him. Now, it wasn't because they didn't want to, it was because there's some things that probably need to be handled on his end.
Right.
But
talking Nelson?
yeah.
Okay.
But then the next year, coming out of bowl practice, and then you see in the bowl game, you got him in his home run speed. They like his temperament,
Mhm.
and he's gotten better. And then here comes the probably the best runner, in my opinion. When you just talk about, hey, listen, just naturally knowing how to run the football,
Mhm.
is obviously Jamal Rule.
Yeah.
Right? And he's gotten bigger. I saw him play in Charlotte because a couple kids I trained played against him. Tough kid, breakaway speed.
Showed that at the spring game.
Right,
I
but
know
he's
it's a spring game, but you
he's
got to see it.
Yeah.
And he knows how to.
And he's had some big runs. They said, I think Coach Rule said that are legit game runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
In
it's just
practice.
good vision
Yeah.
that you see out of him.
But he's a young kid.
Yep.
But a young kid that has a whole summer and to gain the confidence. And he's already gained some confidence to coming in and really, setting some ways. I like it.
Well, you
So
got
that's
Quentin,
three.
Quentin Ives.
Quentin Ives, right? Who probably, to be honest with Quentin Ives, when you think of a quote unquote Big Ten running back physique and what an NFL running back, he's built like that. I call that the super plus. He's able to stay healthy and provide, whether it's short yardage and then be a guy that, obviously you can maybe get 6 or 7 carries to
Mhm.
and really wear down the defense. You got 4 guys there.
Well, I just remember they were really high on Ives before the injury.
Yeah.
They were talking about him like he was another. So,
Yeah.
like, on all these running backs, they've been pretty high on all of them. So that's why I jumped off at 4. Like, I think there's
Yeah.
a good chance that we'll get to see all those guys get opportunities. I don't think we'll have the quote unquote bell cow this year, but at the very least, we're going to have a lot of bodies to throw at you in different types of informations. Who do you think's the short yardage back? Do you think it is Ives? Just looking at the
Probably.
builds right now. Yeah. And then I think it's probably Mosey. Jamal Rule is the question mark. I don't know if it's going to be more of Jamal Rule or more of Mekhi Nelson.
Hey, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to keep him off the field.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of with Emmett Johnson and Dante Daldo. That was what was kind of strange, though. Is like you thought, okay, those guys are both playing really well. We'll see both of them. And then Emmett Johnson did not really play at all after that UNI game until Dana Holgerson got here. So I think with Dana Holgerson, at the very least, if he sees a running back that's playing well, they won't necessarily fall out of the lineup just because somebody else has been dominant. Doesn't seem to be quite the.
Well, I think with Jamal Rule, and you see this a lot with like young running backs or young players when they come in, and it's like a kind of that new car syndrome, but he's actually legit.
Mm-hmm.
In running back, you're gonna really let it rock. And so look, you got 4 running backs. Somebody's gonna have to step up and be maybe not the bell cow like Emmett Johnson, but the bell cow that's gonna be the guy that's gonna be out there when the starting offense goes out there.
Yeah. And then we can maybe get into tight ends and receivers as well. We got a couple off the text line. Denny in Moville. I don't really see much of him. He says Jermaine Jones should be a tight end or H-back with his size. Dude looks like a freak wide receiver.
Jermaine Jones needs to play wide receiver. And let me tell you something. We talking about him and Quinn Clark. Them 2 dudes, when they break the huddle, they legit. He just got to stay healthy. That dude is for real.
What's his build? How big is he?
6'4", like 205, 210.
Oh, okay, yeah. Freak
They
athlete.
got some good, and it's almost it's a good problem. It's a bad problem because sometimes you got too much talent. Because at some point in time, you're gonna have to like roll with these guys and develop them. You get what I'm saying?
Well, we kind of had that with Coleman for a little bit there, who showed flashes.
Yeah.
Like we've had some guys in that slot position in particular that have shown really good flashes, and then, maybe they don't get the touches they want, and then they end up hitting the portal.
Yeah. And then Crowbait, we'll read his text, and then we'll talk about go to break. He said they dropped the video today of Trey and his receivers at practice at Miller South. He said he's not going to drink the Kool-Aid, but they look pretty decent. But they look pretty decent for the kids.
Is he referring that he was playing against kids, or the whole crew were kids?
I don't know. It says not going to drink the Kool-Aid, but they look pretty decent.
I guess saying the kids. He's like, 17? So fair.
I mean, look, he's going to you win Elite 11, you're going to get some love.
Yeah, rightfully so. I don't got any qualms for giving him a pat on the back for it. So now it's the Husker fan. The unfortunate part for him is this Husker fan base is very much at the point where it's like, we're just going to try not to get excited. Just due to the time window. And then we'll go to the Miller South season, and then hopefully we have a good football season. And then Trey Taylor can be that guy we look at as like, we're heading in the right direction. He'll step into the program. We'll continue to develop him, and we'll just keep churning along. Yeah. That's the dream pipeline for Husker football.
I think again, it's got to be main focus on his high school.
He takes care of business at Miller South. Nebraska takes business at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, that's the only
because
they don't cross over.
Right.
And then you got to go from there. And so we'll see how it goes. So we'll take a quick break, come back. We'll answer your text, and then we'll dive into a little bit more of the tight end room, because I think that's a sneaky room that really kind of has been in the shadows, but you lost a lot, and obviously you need to gain some more. You need some guys to develop in order for this offense to be what it could be. So Jay Foreman, Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're looking for a workplace that feels like home, Midwest Bank might just be the place. We're hiring a personal banker in Lincoln who enjoys helping others and being a part of a close-knit team. With great perks and a community-focused mission, you'll feel right at home here. Porque aquí todos son bienvenidos. Apply today at Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer. Member FDIC.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
It is going to be another warm and muggy day. High temperature of 85 degrees. Southeast wind, a little breezy. Gusts up around 25 miles an hour. And a slight chance for a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. A little bit better chance here overnight. We'll drop down to 65 for a low and then 85 tomorrow with another chance for some rain. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downham for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
What up, Jay Foreman, Harrison? Back on the 1 to 2 second segment. Old school to new school way. Not even new school because Harrison and me been doing our thing just on Sundays at the break of dawn.
I feel like I'm on old school a lot. Just taking off Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I'm just filling in.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's my commission. No, I'm just kidding. I work on salary. I love to do it.
We're in team atmosphere, man. People gone. You got to step up sometimes.
I'm eating well.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Rosebud from Elmwood. He says, we need savages in the trenches. Until that happens, no one will be great at Nebraska.
You must have been tuning in yesterday. 4 to 6.
Oh, yeah. Jason Graham, they were savages. Were they savages yesterday on the radio?
No dumb buttons. It was good.
Yeah.
No, those guys, there's a lot of grit, toughness. How do you get that in the program? Do you have to develop it? Do you have to recruit it? What does that look like today in NIL? A big part of the conversation.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, you just got to probably find different ways to infuse it, demand it, encourage it, within today's rules. I mean, I just think that.
How do you do it without scaring them away?
If you're a real football player, you ain't going to. If you get scared away because it's hard, I mean, that's really the funniest part. Like, if you get scared away or leave because it's hard, you ain't never going to be good.
Yeah, that's true. Fair statement.
Because football is a hard sport, man. I'm telling you, if you don't love football and you don't like it, I mean, it's hard to play. You're going to be out on, I mean, it's only like 80-something degrees, but the real field is like 90-something degrees. So when you get out here and it's 90-something degrees and the real field is like 110,
you're playing on turf.
It doesn't matter. You better love it because you're going to get hit upside your head all day long. And then you got to go to meetings. Then you got to train. You got to lift. And you got to eat right. You got to watch tape. You got to get your rest. You got to recover. You got to do all that. And you got to do it day in and day out. And you don't have any games until the fall. So, sure, can you I guess the rules don't allow you. I mean, look, we had 20 practices in the spring. They have 15 as their allotment. That's different. You can't have as many padded practices as we did. That's understandable. I mean, that's the way the rules are. But within the rules, I think you can do it. You have to do it because that's the only way to win.
Yeah.
And what's your idea of toughness has to be on point. Because if you don't know or can see what toughness is or demand it, then you're just kind of, that's just like the difference between existing and working hard. Habit, people don't know the difference between habits and working hard. Like habit could be every morning somebody gets up, goes for a walk, 2-mile walk, gets a coffee, we can't even say that. Just say like somebody just walks. A habit is getting up and going to the gym every day. But if you go to the gym, you ain't getting nothing done. You just wasting time.
Yeah.
And so, and it's not just all about does your body change, because that could just be, hereditary and all that stuff. It's just, are you actually working as hard as you can without, I guess, work while you wait without an instant payoff? That's the best analogy.
Well, that's the magic of Osborne, though. Like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But my understanding, it wasn't like an in-your-face guy. Like to get that
T.O.?
kind of, yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Like wasn't going to swear at you.
No, he'd be like, what'd he say? Gosh darn it. Dagnummit, something
Yeah,
like that.
dagnummit. That was what they said. That was like the worst they ever heard. Was he was fired up and he let it daggummit.
But we had other coaches that get it cracking.
Okay. Team effort.
A little good cop, bad cop.
And then player leadership too.
Yeah. And you have players that get after you too. And then there was some that would kind of, that's just part of, I think nobody's comparing this team or these teams.
No,
or
it's
this
more
team
on
to
the
Nebraska.
toughness.
But I think,
like, how do you get that?
if you could take one thing from that team, the teams that I played on, obviously there's a multiple. That's why we were, we were great, is that what a clear day is for you if you want to reach those goals. That's what if there's one thing that I wish, I guess I could do, we could do, is just to take, how you do it, like, take your kid to school, to work day.
Yeah, of course.
That right there. So then, and then so once you know, then you really know day in and day out, are you reaching those parameters? It was like when I got here, you find out real quick because you'll get passed by and left behind.
Yeah, and it was just, and then Bob Devaney deserves a lot of it too.
Oh, yes, sir.
There's continuity in the development, and that,
and college football's changed. That's
of course
straight, but the one thing that's never going to change is football and how you win.
Well,
the rules have changed. The rules have changed. Football hasn't changed. It's still won and lost one way, or just like the basis. So just focus on that, and then just go out there and win some games.
Yeah, the meanest, most physical team is still the one that usually wins. That has never changed and will never change.
Right. And so once they, you got to work towards that. And it wasn't, instant. I think Coach Osborne had to build it up his way, recalibrate, at some point in time in his tenure, have some success, recalibrate again, and then find the secret sauce. And then obviously, along with some, great players that really wanted to win. I think everybody, it's part of it's probably like coaching and culture, but then also it's the players that aren't just motivated, but are disciplined enough to get to whatever goal that they have individually and collectively.
And we've had some of those guys in recent future, not as many as we did in the past, but like Ty Robinson worked himself into being, Cam Jurgens, same thing. He worked himself after, really probably going through hell, at least on the social media side when he first started playing at center. I guess we just need to get to a point where it's just multiple guys on the team.
You need players, not player. You need players like times like 30 or 40. You know what I'm saying? You need a lot of guys. You got to think there's guys that you don't even think of as far as that were big pieces into when we won and all in any team that win games. And so you gotta get players like. So you're going to have to get multiple classes, and it's not just like the big time recruits. It's the recruits that develop into, really good players, or the guys that, like maybe a little bit down on the list that end up raising their game. And then the next class got to really, implement that and like try to replicate that. And then when a senior leaves, then there needs to be a sophomore or junior that is going to continue along that and play that way. It's different with the portal, but you're going to have to have your nucleus guys that have been here for a little bit.
Is that like the identity that Nebraska like needs to start?
They're trying right now. I mean, the offensive
like,
line.
Can you go chase like Ohio State and their recruits and like try to play mimicry? Does Nebraska like have to lean into their own identity and start maybe getting the lesser star guys, but try to find a style to commit to?
Well,
I know it's a very open-ended question, but
I mean, the style is your style no matter who you recruit. Who you are and what you want to do, that it can't change. You get what I'm saying? So how you play the game
that'd be the biggest problem for Nebraska football.
Is how you play.
We did change.
Well, yeah,
when we didn't need to.
Yeah, we didn't.
And
need
now
to.
it's.
But you can't go back and reverse that. Now you're right here.
Yeah.
Now you're right here. You can't go back and Bill Callahan ain't coming in here and changing it. He ain't coming through here.
Right.
And all that. So right now you got to focus on where we're at right now and what we got to do. But how you want to win games has to be in like a certain like box, right? And then anything outside of that, like, of course, you probably have to, you're maybe not in this day and time be able to go toe to toe with Ohio State and win all those recruiting battles,
right?
For whatever. One, because they're getting a lot of kids right out of their state. Same with Georgia, they're going to stay, whatever. But you can pick and choose. Everybody does it, and then you got to find like your little like watering holes where you have either connection with a coach or coaches and can go into that area and start plucking really good players off. Now, whether they have to be developed in a year or two or they're instant starters. You go from there, and then you have to have the same type of recruiting process when you're in the portal. You got to identify guys early. You got to literally probably have a staff watching guys that you were within the top 3 or 4 when they made their decision and how they're progressing at other schools. Because once the middle of the season hit the middle of the season, you need to be looking at the portal or potentially looking at the portal because the players are looking at the portal.
So then what got the biggest question? Okay, so we identify the players. What are we selling the players on when they come to Nebraska?
I don't work for the team. I mean, I'm sure. Look, I mean, it's a great opportunity. It's a great university. I mean, it's all kind of the same. I mean, then obviously, the financial part is the financial part. I mean, you got a great facility.
Like style, like, if we're, because back in the day when players were going to go play, and I hate to keep doing this to people, but, even Bo Pelini era, you could argue, like they kind of knew what they're signing up for. It's going to be a physical team.
Yeah.
With Bo Pelini, it got a little bit different, but the run game was still first to come and a lot of play action off of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not doing like the triple option and stuff like that anymore, but I trying to figure out like what Rule and the staff wants this team to look like. And I don't know if anybody really knows heading into this year. You got 2 mobile quarterbacks to kind of go back to the first segment. So that's different than having Dylan Gabriel pocket and then TJ Lateef at dual threat. Now you have Cole Andrea and TJ Lateef, and then Daniel Killen, maybe your pocket passer.
Yeah.
You got Jeep Wade, who indicates that you're going to be a little bit more into the run game.
And having and run the ball differently with different schemes. They put a lot of money into the offensive line. They just got 3 recruits now.
Yep.
You can't expect 3 freshmen to come in and start, but you're trying to build across the line. They got some good young linemen that are already on the roster right now that you can't overlook, and that's where you have to make sure you can't operate in the moment and think you got to leapfrog those guys. You got to let them, stub their toe a little bit when that time comes. And so they're probably going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to be better up front and try to control the clock. They did that at times last year. I think really, their identity, the quarterback position is different because Calandra plays the game so different than Dylan. Right. And there's positives to both. And so you just got to see, how they marry this offensive system to Calandria, and then also make sure everybody else is ready when they have to go and play.
Yeah. I mean, Calandria is going to be, I think he'll be an interesting ride. He's kind of to me like a yes, no player. It's just how many yeses before we get a no. Because he's going to take some chances, which, I got no problems with that. But if he's anything like what he was at Virginia, I think he'll take some shots that maybe have your heart jump a little bit, but some of those will pay off in big dividends.
I mean, he's a quick little dude. He's not even a little dude. I mean, he's a quick quarterback, and he can make some runs off schedule outside of the pocket. He can put a lot of pressure on defense, especially undisciplined defense. He's athletic, so he can maybe extend some drives. He can, those are hard quarterbacks to defend. Now, you see him on tape, and then you see him out there in space, and he makes you miss. He could really provide a spark offensively.
Well, and if he's got guys like Jeremiah Jones.
But you have to be able to – now, that's great. But when you play against the Iowas, and especially Ohio State, them dudes are faster than anybody they got on offense. That's when you have to get down to excellence of execution.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you have to be in the nuts and bolts, and that's what you have to make sure that you're ready for. It's going to be extremely physical. It's going to be possessions are going to be 1 or 2 possessions less. So your win rate has to be higher, and your win rate has to be higher, and or your stalemate rate has to be high. That means you're not having negative plays on offense, and you're not having explosive plays on defense. And then when you're able to take advantage of those opportunities to extend drives, first downs, touchdowns, that's how you win those games. That's the maturity that they're going to have to be at. Now, does that answer to the style? Big Ten is Big Ten. You're going to have to run the football. You got to stop the run.
Yeah.
Period. Sure, you get Northwestern, they don't really have the people to really do that. But Northwestern, when we played them a couple years, they'll line up, punch you in the face. They ran it this year.
I was going to say, it wasn't like a blowout.
Yeah, you see them.
You
watched when they played USC?
Uh-huh.
They ran the ball essentially.
Well, they won the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I think they beat Ohio State. Like, they had a really, really good run game.
Right. So everybody that you play against is going to try to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to try to, you have to be able to establish the run yourself. And so that has to be their style first. And then everything after that is icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Situational football, special teams, and all that stuff, obviously, that's just well known. And obviously, big jump in special teams last year. So we'll take a quick break, come back, maybe think on who's going to be the breakout player on offense besides Calandria. And then we'll maybe look at a little bit of defense, but we're going to dive into this NBA Finals in the third hour, and then a little bit of softball. My man, Jason Williams in Texas Tech. I don't know if he's going to be, watching in the garage or he's going to be there. I think he's caused a little ruckus there for the Red Raiders. So Jay Foreman, Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
It is going to be another warm and muggy day. High temperature of 85 degrees. Southeast wind, a little breezy, gusts up around 25 miles an hour, and a slight chance for a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. A little bit better chance here overnight. We'll drop down to 65 for a low, and then 85 tomorrow with another chance for some rain. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downham 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Dana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
What up, Jay Foreman Harrison on this hump day? Old school, little Nebraska football before we jump into the professionals. Basketball started NBA Finals tonight. Spurs against the Knicks. The Knicks have been waiting, it seems like a month because they ran through the Eastern Conference so quickly. But Harrison, over the break, who do you think is going to be the breakout offensive player?
I want to go running back. I don't know which one to pick, though. I'm going to go Mosey.
I like it.
I think Isaiah Mosey's set up in the best spot to at least have the opportunity.
Yeah, I think that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think just anybody in the running back room could really do some damage. I'm going to go with Quentin Clark. And I don't know if it's going to be volume, but I think he's going to make some big plays. I think when you're rolling out there at 6'5", 6'6", and showing some improvement, they're going to try to use that body type. When you're trying to improve your touchdown percentage in the red zone, and that's how you win more games. You need somebody that can go out there and make some 50-50 ball catches, and then also provide a matchup advantage for a little bit of a vertically challenged quarterback.
Anybody in the tight end room that you fancy? I know you mentioned him earlier.
Yeah, I mean, Lyndon Myers is also going to be the starter. I think the success of, I wouldn't say the offense as a whole, but of the tight end room, I think is based on Carter Nelson and how healthy he is and how they use him. Because he's 6'4", 225, 230, whatever he is, really good athlete coming out of high school. This is the year, about the time that you got to, see some production.
Yeah, and he's shown just a little bit of flashes when he was healthy.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to be a great receiving. And it's just a matter of, does he have the muscle, the balance? I think he's a little bit, well, not really. I mean, all these tight ends are pretty tall. But if he has that balance yet, I think for tight ends, it's one of the biggest things. If they're going to become good blockers or not, can you get that leverage? Because he's going to have the hands and athleticism. I mean, that's going to be the big part that makes him one of the more dominant tight ends, especially, you said it before, it's the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, you look, former Nebraska tight end named Borkature, I think he had like 16 catches, went second round to Jacksonville. So, you can be productive, without the ball in your hand, but then more importantly, be a good enough athlete that people start to take notice. So we notice he's a really good basketball player, really good athlete, make the transition from pretty much a one-man show in 8-man football to big-time tight end in a big-time league. As long as he's healthy and has some good, off-season, I think he can do it. So we need him to do it. Because he's a matchup problem for linebackers like me. So a lot dependent on that. That's the Husker talk, and that's the little Elite 11 talk, Trey Taylor talk. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll talk about the NBA Finals and the softball championships. They're starting off tonight at 7 o'clock. It's Texas Longhorns, who we all love to hate, and then the new bad boys or bad girls on the block, and Texas Tech Raiders trying to get over the hump. Got in the championship last year, came up short. So Jay Foreman, Harrison, quick break. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish, no mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
It is going to be another warm and muggy day. High temperature of 85 degrees. Southeast wind, a little breezy, gusts up around 25 miles an hour, and a slight chance for a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. A little bit better chance here overnight. We'll drop down to 65 for a low and then 85 tomorrow with another chance for some rain. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downham 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln. This is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts, answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, third hour? Jay Foreman, Harrison on the ones and twos. We're Old School coming at you live, 1040 O Street at the Mecca of sports radio in the state of Nebraska. That is The Ticket, 93.7 theticket.com FM, representing to the fullest. We are brought to you by Graham Tire, serving the Midwest for 75 years. 4 locations in Lincoln. Look them up, grahamtireoflincoln.com, and they'll take good care of you. Harrison, we finally have the NBA Finals. My Lakers got blown out of the frame.
Lakers fan? Where does that come from?
Minneapolis Lakers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Been a Lakers fan all the way back when they had my man Big Game James Worthy and Michael Cooper. We used to call him Cooper Loop.
Did you have a question of faith when the Timberwolves started up?
I'm a Timberwolves fan too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. You can claim too.
Yeah, I was a Timberwolves fan back when they even had dudes like Randy Brewer. He was and Kevin Lynch.
Yeah.
I don't even know Kevin Lynch played there. He played at the University of Minnesota. They had my man. What was his name? He was last name was Williams. They picked him, and he was kind of good. They were bad for a while.
You in on the Ricky Rubio hype? He was supposed to be like the next.
Well, then they picked Johnny Flynn too.
Yeah.
I like Rubio.
I did too. He was a nice player.
My favorite team is when they had my man riding spinners: Latrell Sprewell, Sammy Cassell, Tom Gugliotta, and KG.
That was a good run.
Yeah, they'd always get in the playoffs and then choke against the Lakers.
Yeah, at least your playoffs.
Yeah.
After that, it was pretty
and then you had Michael Olowokandi. He wasn't sweet. Then you had the fake success with Kevin Love that was getting a whole bunch of empty stats.
Yeah.
Then he left. And then now you got
Did he go to the
Ant-Man.
Cavs after you guys?
I think so. Yeah, they remember they trade for him. Remember, he was getting like 30 points and like 20 rebounds.
Yeah, he was killing it. He was awesome.
He's the only guy with a heartbeat and a pulse.
Yeah, but to be fair, you guys sucked even way more when he left.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, they were horrible.
He was holding a lot on
he
his
had to
back
get out, he had
there.
to get out of there.
He
Much
did.
success for him.
Yeah.
But we have an NBA Finals. We got the New York Knicks, who have not been back to the finals, I think, for 24 years.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And then against the San Antonio Spurs, who I think they probably are a year ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Because you probably would have thought OKC would at least got back to the finals. Veteran team won it last year, 2-time reigning MVP, and Wemby and company was able to get over the hump. Now they meet New York Knickerbockers. Who you got and why?
Man, I really want to say Knicks, but if it's Knicks, like we're thought Karl Anthony Towns has to win like a Finals MVP if the Knicks win this one. And I don't see that happening.
If the Knicks win with Karl Anthony Towns,
that's what
I'm going to punch myself in the face because I hated. I shouldn't say hated Karl Anthony Towns, but the way he played at times with the Timberwolves in the playoffs. Remember against the Dallas Mavericks when they pretty much had control of the series and he wanted to be a guard.
Yeah, that.
And now he goes to New York Knicks and now he's playing like he should be playing.
Yep.
He's playing like he should have been playing with the Timberwolves.
He's playing like he's a 7-footer.
Yeah.
Yeah, him with the Timberwolves, and that always drove me up a wall. I never understood that. He'd have like a 6'4" guard on him. So let me.
He's
hit
trying
the
to break
step
him
back.
down. Yeah, he's trying to step back.
Like, all right, you can do that, but you also could have just stood there and backed him down, or take the shot with no step back. No, he's been awesome with the Knicks though. This is his best playoff run by far. Question is he good enough to not stop Victor Wembanyama, impede Victor Wembanyama? He'll do a lot better than Chet Holmgren. He was just too small, not enough time in the weight room quite yet early in his career. Karl Anthony Towns is a lot stronger, so hopefully he should be able, if you're a Knicks fan, to slow him down enough. I'm probably going like Spurs, and I'll give him a couple. Give me Spurs and 6.
Spurs and 6. So you're not believing. I want the Knicks to win, just for the fact that the interviews with the fans.
Yeah,
it's must see TV. New York is probably out of control, right? Is the first game at the Knicks or San Antonio?
San Antonio.
Oh. Well, that first game back in Madison Square Garden, it's going to be crazy. Now, if there's a game that New York can steal at San Antonio, is game 1. And game 1 or game 2. San Antonio might come in sharp and beat you this first game. Then tiredness will hit them and you'll adjust and be able to get game 2.
I don't know if you're going to get rust from the Knicks. I think the Cavs are thinking, we got the rusty Knicks, and the Knicks said, take this.
Mike Brown is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
Greg Popovich coaching Tree. And so he's going to have a lot of time to break down the tape. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking it down.
Yeah, breaking down. So it's kind of like when you play the first game of the season in football, you're going to get the best effort. It's going to be the deepest and the most thorough scouting report that you're going to have on the opposition first couple weeks of the season because you've had all off season to prepare for them. So they've had a lot of time to send scouts to be at the game and then obviously look at all the tape and more tape than usually if they would have stayed on schedule. Both of them played 5 or plus games, then they played the next. Knicks seem like they've been off for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they've just been dominating too in their series. That's why I'm like too, not willing to just say it's going to be a walk in the park for the Spurs. Like, it would not be surprising, but not to the point my job be on the floor. If the Knicks find a way to pull this one out. Like, I get it, Victor Wembanyama, he's an alien. He's a hard guy to stop. No one's been able to stop him. And when you come out of the West, when all the MVP scenarios were all out of the West between the Nuggets, the Thunder, and the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, That's not to mention the Lakers when they still have LeBron James. Even despite coming through that road, and I think it's a disservice just write off everything the Knicks have done. Like them,
I'm not writing them off. Look, they're better than I thought they were.
They're a lot better than
I
they
thought
were.
coming in the playoffs it was going to be Detroit or the Celtics. Detroit was the most consistent team all year.
Yeah,
and the
something
Celtics, you
happened,
felt like
right?
they were powering up like the Power Rangers when Tatum came back, right? And now you got the Knicks, and then Philly was the hottest team. They beat the brakes off of not to beat the brakes off, but they dismantled
I think
Boston.
it was like 140 to 98 in the last, in the final game where they swept them.
Right, and Embiid looked like he was gaining momentum.
Yeah,
and then reality set in. He must have went through a couple more McDonald's. Let me ask you this: Thomas and Lincoln, ever you listening? I want you to listen to this. We're going to read his text. He says the Lakers lost because LeBron James is there. Is there? Get him off the Lakers.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a.
Are you a LeBron James fan, or or not?
I've grown to appreciate him. I wouldn't say I'm a
like.
fan.
Let me ask you this: what is it about LeBron you don't like, or Thomas and Lincoln? What is it about LeBron that you don't like?
And people call him the greatest of all time.
Okay, and
that's about it.
Really? That's how petty you are.
I didn't say I hate him. I didn't say I don't like him.
Well, then that's probably why. Okay.
I said I've grown to appreciate him. He's
Who's
just
the greatest in your mind?
Michael Jordan.
Why?
Look at the small time window that he had.
No, hold on. See, right there, you just eliminate you. You're talking about a small time window. We're talking about the greatest of all time.
When he was on the court, there was nobody that was better than him.
At what?
Playing the game of basketball.
And what does that entail?
That means points, winning championships, 40-point games. I mean, you can go on all the accolades. Take LeBron James' career and cut it down to the same amount of years that Michael Jordan played in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you a better slice when they were on the court.
And he scored more points.
Because then they're both in their prime.
Right.
You know,
he scored more points than Michael Jordan at any point. He was the fastest to 10,000. He was faster than the 20. He scored more points. Michael Jordan is the best scorer of the basketball ever.
Yeah.
Overall basketball player? No. No way. He couldn't be. He's not a better passer. He's not a better passer than LeBron. LeBron's more like Magic. That's where I'm getting to. That's where I'm reeling all you guys in. Thomas and Lincoln, Mississippi Mud Dog, Drumstick. I'm here for your. Look here. Here we go.
Yep.
I got backup with my man DF. DF always got my back. Listen, this is what tickles me to death. Right? Everybody wants to compare LeBron to Jordan. They're two different players. Because honestly, the greatest player of all time is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If you look at everything. When you look at it, top to bottom, championships, changed the game. He changed the game where you couldn't even dunk because of him.
Because the goaltending and all.
Because
he
was so unstoppable. He was the leading scorer until LeBron, aka in your verbiage, LeBron James broke his record.
I had never called him LeBron.
Oh, that's your boy. Okay, Big Hoss, I'm here for you too. LeBron is trash. Come on, see, you have to stop this. It has to stop because no, I don't need an intervention. You need an intervention, Drumstick. I'm here for it.
You're probably hyped for the decision.
What?
The decision, LeBron James. You probably love that PR.
That's his worst mistake.
Okay, so you can admit that at least.
Oh, I admit that. That was worst mistake. But
that was the first bad taste.
But okay, but since with the Brandon Sorsby, you could say, okay, Michael Jordan went on gambling sprees. It's questionable why he took that year off.
It is.
Okay. So it's just how
when he came back, nothing changed. He was still the best.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But how soon you forget you weren't even around then. So Drumstick, unknown texter 2280, Clantonio John, he's been around. Listen, I grew up watching Michael Jordan.
Uh-huh.
I watched Michael Jordan get swept. Okay. I watched Michael Jordan change the game, and the NBA changed the game for him. David Stern changed the game for him to where they were saying the same thing. They were saying Jordan was flopping, and he got all the calls. When they were in the Olympics with the first Dream Team, Magic Johnson said, listen, don't stand too close to Michael Jordan. They might call a foul. Do you remember that? No, you don't. It was 1992. Were you around then?
No, it was 99.
Yeah, okay, see, this is before your
time.
But
LeBron's the same story. So,
so that's
neutral.
Okay, you're making my point. Thanks for doing business.
I'm not saying that the flopping's all on LeBron. I can look at the league and point out a lot of faces. But Mississippi Mud Dog, Michael Jordan
hold on, drumstick.
10,000.
Everybody's going. Hold on. Hey, drumstick is coming at me.
You poked the hive.
I know. That's right. He says, Jake, can you please just answer the question? Did LeBron not start the flop era? No, he did not. Okay, let me ask you about this. Drumstick. Do you remember a guy named Reggie Miller? Who admits he started it. That's why he goes to bat for Shea Alexander, right? So it started long before LeBron. Now, here's the thing. There wasn't social media. Only thing you got was Ahmad Rashad before the game and then everybody else commentating the game. But the same story was about Jordan. The game was different because it would be 86-80 would be a good game. It changed because they wanted to score. Let me get to these right here.
You got so many things.
Hey, look, Big Bird, right? I've never heard of LeBron rules. We all know about the Jordan rules. See, you made my point right there. You made my point. Ask Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons, where they made up the rules. And listen, LeBron's bigger than Jordan.
The Jordan rules were to beat the living heck out of Michael Jordan.
And you can't beat out of LeBron because he's like Karl Malone running a 4.340. You can't stop him. Young LeBron, he was flat out unstoppable.
Yeah.
At 6'9", 260 pounds. Jordan had to get in the weight room because of that. The NBA changed the whole rules so Jordan could strive. And when Strick was in here, I played it to where they had the NBA ref. They said that they padded his stats for Defensive Player of the Year. That's just all known to push the narrative. I'm a Jordan fan. If I had to pick one, I'm going with Jordan. But I'm here to get you to see reality because this stuff right here, when you're talking about like LeBron sucks, he's better, only we're flopping. What game are you watching?
Listen.
These are the same guys that would think that Shea Alexander it doesn't flop or James Harden. LeBron doesn't flop. But what LeBron does, what you don't like, is that I keep telling you this: Jordan's book is written. It has become a bestseller and became better as he's aged, right? Because he can't play anymore. And he changed the game. Yep. And he's Michael Jordan. He changed it off the court. The swag, the shoes, and everything. But LeBron James did something that Jordan didn't have to do. He had to come in with the expectations of winning at a young age of 18 years old against a guy that's already set the standard. Whereas Jordan came in, and I'm going to tell you this right now. So for all my old people, older guys, we ain't going to call us so old. Let's say seasoned, texters. You have to remember, let me ask you this. If you really remember how the old NBA was, championships weren't important. It was how many points you scored. So that's what Jordan came in on a horrible Chicago Bulls team. Right? And guess who was able to take Anderson Varejao and company to the NBA Finals? LeBron. Right? So now
when it didn't work, what happened?
Well, he went to Miami.
Yeah. When it didn't work for Michael Jordan, when he was struggling with the Bulls, what did he do?
Okay, they got Scottie Pippen. They got another Hall of Famer in Dennis Rodman. They got Tony Kukoc. They got all the guys from Detroit Pistons that played like different roles. You had your boy B.J. Armstrong, Craig Hodges, Steve Kerr, John Paxson. Are you kidding me? They were, instead of him leaving, they were coming to play with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me that wasn't a possibility for LeBron James?
No, nobody's going to Cleveland. They had ugly uniforms. You ain't going to Cleveland. You ever been to Cleveland?
No, of course not.
You ever been to Chicago? Yes.
But
and it's Michael Jordan at that point.
But then at one point, the Cavs somehow got all these great players and won LeBron did.
What great players?
They got Kevin Love, your boy Kevin Love. They got Kyrie Irving.
Right. And then he left because he was jealous listening to Kobe because Kobe planted him because Kobe didn't want LeBron to win anymore. It's all a game. Everybody's hating on LeBron. And he's still,
I'm just trying to say, this is why people think Michael Jordan is the greatest. And some people take offense.
They do take offense. Look at this.
It's the team hopping.
You got your boy 2280
devastated LeBron James PR.
Yeah, I understand it. But what do you think? Okay, you do not think PR, people out there. I'm just talking. We're talking. I'm not talking to you. People out there. You don't think. Yes, I hear myself. 9174. You don't think the PR behind Jordan has driven this narrative to drive the stake through them?
I can tell you who's got the bigger PR team.
Yeah. LeBron.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We talk PR battles.
Hold on.
All right.
You have a dude that has refused to talk to one of his best friends ever.
Yeah.
Right? Because he said that he needed better people around him. You're trying to tell me when Michael Jordan played that he didn't drive the narrative? You just didn't know it. Ahmad Rashad, there was only one guy yet. Now you have a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
It just worked different.
Yeah.
They're both here's what I'm saying. They're both the same.
To a lot of levels, yeah.
They're both the same.
Yeah.
When you have the power to do so and you have a brand to protect, you do it. How do LeBron learn from Jordan? How do you think he got to Nike? Adidas offered him more money.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think made the call and said you're coming to Nike? Besides Phil Knight, who do you think called? Who do you think called LeBron? Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
The more you talk about LeBron, who else do you talk about?
Bang on that table 10 more times, I might get it.
Jordan. It probably was 8 times because I failed math in college.
I think it was 8.
Right? It's just, look, here's the deal. Here's the honest to God truth. Jordan, if I had to pick one guy right now that say, I'm going to start I'm going to take Michael Jordan when he realized he needed to win championships. Let's say that, right?
The selfless version.
Right.
He's on the triangle offense now. He's all right.
I'm taking Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jordan. But next, I'm taking LeBron. In that, and now obviously, like centers, take just like the forwards.
Let's make everyone happy. Let's not do like a best players ever. Like, give me your top 5 team. Like, they're playing together.
If I gotta pick a team,
yeah,
I'm taking the Magic Man. I'm taking, man, it's hard because I'm thinking Jordan, Bird, LeBron, and like.
What kills me is I'm gonna have to take LeBron over Kobe. Because Kobe and Michael are the same player.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
The way they play.
No. Imitation is what the best form of flattery or whatever it's called. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. But I mean,
look at Kirk right here. You coming in from Georgia? Where you been, Kirk? Hey, you got Kirk from Georgia. Are you trying to tell me you're taking Scottie Pippen over LeBron? Is
that what he said?
Then you're essentially admitting that Jordan wouldn't win championships without Scottie Pippen. Do you admit that, Kirk from Georgia? Oh, I forgot to mention Horace Grant. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got drumstick. Jordan, Kobe, Duncan, Kareem, Shaq. Dream team.
Oh, I hear Thomas and Lincoln. Steph Curry. Here's my problem. Like, I like Shaq is the most dominant. I think Shaq's
my big.
Shaq is the most dominant big man of all time.
I agree.
But it's questionable whether I'm taking Shaq.
I'm taking Shaq at the 5.
Are you taking Shaq at the 5?
No one's going to stop
Well, you know who I'm taking? Akeem the Dream Olajuwon. Did you see what he did to Shaq?
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to take Akeem and not take Kareem.
Yeah.
There's so many great players.
Even if you want to go Tim Duncan just because you think he's going to work so well.
Let me ask you this now right here. Let me ask you this. Do you think Tim Duncan's a power forward or a center?
Center.
Yeah.
He plays traditional.
He's a center.
Yeah.
People would say he's a power forward. He's not a power forward. He's a center.
He don't face up much.
He was a center.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that you had 2 of them, and Popovich was able to do both. It's a great discussion, man.
Clearly.
Yeah, my man Boone.
The whole city's in on it.
Boone and Firth, he's talking about Wilt at 5. Wilt's probably up there. He scored 100 points.
Yeah, and that was, I feel everyone's like playing plumbers and whatnot. Man, well, I'll tell you what, when you can do jump in the air and your head's at the top of the backboard and you're doing a splits midair, you could probably figure it out today. He's more athletic than Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, this dude right here, 91-74. He said he's taking Alonzo Mourning over LeBron James. Allen Iverson over
Marcelo Huertas better than LeBron James.
Othello Harrington over LeBron James. Look, we have someone who says, talk about Yao Ming, the most underrated big man. Let me tell you something. I met Yao Ming.
What's that like? That's got to be a humbling experience.
Look, I was a big Yao Ming fan. I was down in Houston. And they used to have it's funny is because I went to the Houston Rockets game with Aaron Glenn, right? Coach of the Jets, right? And he'd always have this, we'd always watch the Rockets games. We'd go to games or watch it, together. And there was this song like Yao Ming, Yao Ming, Yao Ming, that song, right? And he would always be singing it as we were going to the game. So I got to meet Yao Ming on my birthday. You get to go back or whatever. So the team dentist was the dentist for the Rockets as well. And their head of their marketing left the Houston Texans to go to the Rockets. So I kind of knew it. So he got me back there, wanted to meet Yao. And he gave me signed a pair of his shoes. And I was expecting him to have a translator, right? Because he would never talk in front of the camera. Yo, he dapped up, was like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" I was like, "What?" I was like this. Hey, Harrison. Hey, you know what's funny, Harrison? When I dapped up with him, I got on my tippy toes. Because, man, my man he was huge.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
The Shaq says it all the time. He's like the first guy that Shaq ever felt like.
And I met Shaq, too. I met Shaq before. I did.
Which one's more intimidating?
Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got
he's just big. Here's the funny thing about Shaq. When I met Shaq, I was a free agent, and Don King and they were trying to start a football sports agency business. So they flew out all these guys that were going to either be free agents or up for contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flew us out to the John Ruiz, Roy Jones heavyweight fight out in Vegas. So it was like me, Mike Rucker, Lavernius Coles. They had us all out there.
That's crew.
Yeah, right. They brought us up, had us up in the hotel. So we're getting tickets. So the same suite that they did for Hangover, Don King was staying in. Right. And so we went and we had to do an appearance. We got paid for it. We did a golf tournament, did a charity thing. And then they was like, all right, come over. And then, you had to go to two like security, guards to go there. One security called another, go to another. Then we go up. Right. And Shaq was there with his boy or whoever. And, Shaq, and he was cool, real humble. And, he had just got his tickets. We all walk in. And he dapped up with us. You ever remember, like when you're little and you run up to like your uncle or your dad, you like grab him by the leg.
Yeah,
That's how big Shaq was to me. But he was the coolest dude.
He's a real cool dude.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of stories.
He was talking to us like, hey, where you from? I'm going to watch you or whatever, this, and this. And he jetted.
He's very carefree. What's the one story? He kidnapped someone's kid once. He didn't like kidnap him, but like he just showed up.
Started hanging out.
After the game. And he's like, you want to go to Walmart? Like, I'll buy you some stuff. And then I can't remember who the player he was, but he called Shaq and he's like, do you have my kid right now? And he's like, yeah, just went to Walmart, buy him some stuff.
And then after that, then you meet Don King. And that was eerie.
That's a lineup.
Yeah. Well, he killed somebody before and got off. Yeah. So it was like you meet Shaq and then Don King. It was pretty cool. So when you see like the boxing, I don't know if they do it. It was like, it was the company was called Exchange. It was like an X and Aries Exchange. That was it. Never got off the road. Then we were at the Roy Jones fight. And so it was me, Ruck, Jason Simmons, Aaron Glenn there. I met some of my boys out there. And like, what was it, 2 rows ahead? I think OJ was there. And Jason Simmons, he's actually an NFL coach now. Now he's a prankster. And he'll make fun of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So he went up there and shook OJ's hand. He's like, yeah, I touched the hand. He touched the hand, right? He touched the hand. I say, hey, man. Hey, the juice was big, though. He got a big old head and stuff. So there was these 4 guys, about 4 or 6 guys that were sitting in the front row. So we were like row 6 or 7. And like what happens is when you're down there low, when the fight's going on, everybody expects you to sit down so everybody can see.
Right.
Well, they must have knew Roy Jones or John Ruiz. They were standing up. And so we're in like round 3. Everybody want to watch it. And everybody's like, everybody would say, hey, man, sit down. They be like looking around, shoot you the bird. Like, I ain't doing it. Yo, OJ stood up. It was like, sit the F down. They turned around, seen OJ. They sat right there. And with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. I promise, Thomas and Lincoln, we're going to grade your teams and we're going to answer all your texts. Because listen, drumstick. Listen, 91-74, where you at? You can't just put up there like Pooh Williams and all these guys in front of LeBron, man. I understand the hate is real. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get after it. We're gonna get after unknown texter 91-74. We'll take a quick break. Jay Foreman, Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, take the worm, put it on the hook. Now bring your pole back and throw it forward. And just let the fish come to you.
I got a bite! It's a big one, Dad!
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
It is going to be another warm and muggy day. High temperature of 85 degrees. Southeast wind, a little breezy, gusts up around 25 miles an hour, and a slight chance for a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. A little bit better chance here overnight. We'll drop down to 65 for a low, and then 85 tomorrow with another chance for some rain. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dunham for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
This summer, Salt Dogs fans are making history at Haymarket Park. We're celebrating 25 seasons of grit, grins, heart, and hometown pride. Lincoln, you built this stadium. You named this team. And season after season, it's you, the fans, that keep us coming back for more. So let our thank you be our promise. The best is yet to come. Your local tradition plays on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Hello, I'm Steve Sipple, co-host of Early Break, weekday mornings from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is probably O'Rourke's. It's not like I go there that often, but when I do, it takes me back to my college years. It's always been a very chill bar. Seems like they play good music, just a good vibe in there. And I look forward to my next trip into that bar.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implements Sprayer.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, Harrison, old school, the new school way. We're continuing the talk here of, I guess, old school basketball, considering that it's the NBA Finals tonight. It's LeBron against the world.
I'm sorry, I just cracked up again. Unknown texter 9174. Brooks Koepka better than LeBron.
Listen, this dude. Look at his list though. He said first of all he said, "Do you hear yourself?" Right. Then he said, "Steph Curry better than LeBron. Larry Bird better than LeBron.
Fred
Alonzo
Hoiberg.
Mourning, Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury, Fred Hoiberg, Clyde Drexler, and now he went to Brooks Koepka." I love it.
That's great.
I love it. Gus Mohawk, his team is this: Magic, Kobe, Jordan, Bird, Shaq. LeBron coming off the bench, Phil Jackson coaching.
It's the Kobe one for me that I don't know if you really need Jordan and Kobe on the same team. Like, I might take Larry Bird as opposed to Kobe and put Larry Bird at the 3.
And Jordan at the 2.
Oh, he's got Bird at the 4 already.
Yeah.
Okay. Feel like you're kind of skimping out on the power forward there. You can move Bird around. It's not a bad list.
Thomas and Lincoln says Steph beat LeBum 3 times. I know. But listen here. LeBum took his heart, though. When you had the greatest regular season record and you're up 3-1, it implored you. You had to go get Kevin Durant, a top 10, 15 player, in order to handle him.
And what did LeBron do?
What did he do?
I'm getting out of here.
Where did he go after that? Lakers.
Yeah, I guess he tried a little bit.
Yeah. He went to the Lakers. He did what he needed to do. He brought a championship to Cleveland.
Yeah, and then he dipped out of there.
Yeah.
The hardest part for LeBron is that he split an era, you could argue.
Yeah, and he in all 4 different places, he's a Hall of Famer.
I'd hope so if he's up there for the greatest of all time.
Yeah. But I'm saying if you just take 4 different teams, he makes the Hall of Fame. What do you think about that team?
Take Kobe out, move Bird, put in.
We're not even talking about Karl Malone yet.
Are we not allowing to put Tim Duncan at a power forward?
You can.
Yeah, I would take Kobe out, move Jordan to the 2, move Bird to the 3, and then I'm putting Tim Duncan at the 4. We're keeping Shaq. Good luck.
Here's what 2288 says: not a single quality ex-player that is not putting Kobe on their team. Those are guys I trust, not an ex-football player. Well, yeah, I understand that. I get it. I wouldn't put Kobe on my no, he's not the best basketball player of all time.
Actually, you know what? Give me Curry instead of Kobe.
Yeah, I'd probably do
and then
that.
you can keep Bird.
Even if you ain't gonna start LeBron, I would probably have Magic Man.
Yeah,
Steph Curry.
Gotta have
Jordan. Yeah, for sure, Jordan. And then at the 4, I guess you could probably play Bird at a stretch 4. I'm gonna go. Then I would probably have it, Kareem or Akeem.
I mean, none of these lists are wrong.
Yeah,
it's really just preference at this point.
Yeah. Drumstick says, "Don't forget Pistol Pete."
Like me, Pistol Pete Maravich.
He said he averaged 50 a game. If the 3-point, that is true.
He was broken.
That is true. But they didn't have the 3-point line.
No.
Listen, man, Drumstick's off the chain. He you see the pictures he put it in? Oh man, I love it. And he said Thomas and Lincoln. Listen, 9174 is out of. He said Jake Sorensen, Anger Rant is better than LeBron. Drumstick says Kobe had the Mamba mentality. Kobe and MJ on the same team would be unreal. Yeah. I mean, Kobe is cold-blooded.
He is.
Yeah.
Drumstick did you got LeBron James dirty.
I know.
Take a look.
What did he do now?
Look at the TV.
Did you put that out there, Harrison?
Yeah, I did. I was just waiting for it to see it. To be fair, though, that's everyone in the NBA today. I don't know what the heck they're wearing.
Oh, no.
Walking out there acting like fools. I also don't know fashion, so I probably shouldn't speak on it.
Thomas and Lincoln, he wants Steph, Jordan, Rodman, Pippen, Shaq. I like that. A little bit different. Listen here. Gus Mohawk says, can we all agree Kobe won more or less? No.
He had Shaq and then he had Powell.
Yeah.
I mean, at that era, you weren't really in the super teams yet.
No. So that's a super team.
In that era, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the two-man super team was kind of the 1-2 punch. Yeah. And then LeBron didn't have it. That's why he went to the Heat. Because you could, I mean, it was D-Wade and LeBron, and you could throw in the big three, but it was really those two.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Kobe won with less. He had Phil Jackson.
Yeah. Just trying to Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
As being one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah. I mean, Kobe's cold-blooded. I mean, I think, I don't know. It's kind of like this. Here, we'll do football since, I forget who was it. Gus Mohawk said it, since I play football. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, we'll talk about football. Okay. Up until recently, Joe Montana was hands down, everybody thought he was the best.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like Johnny Unitas. That was people.
Right.
Johnny
Early
Unitas,
on,
right?
Yeah.
But Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowls, didn't lose any.
Yep.
Then here comes Tom Brady. Well, actually, then it was Peyton. Then here comes Tom Brady. Won all his Super Bowls. Then you say, well, he lost some. Well, it's whatever you want to look at. Because if you're looking at rings, then it's Bill Russell. If you're looking at how they played the position or changed the position, then it's up to there. And if they played the same position, like where you would have to really look at the quarterback position to compare Joe Montana and Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it's impossible to compare eras because even for Bill Russell, what was there, like 12 teams?
Yeah, and he won a lot, but he was a really good defensive player, but he didn't score didn't score as many points as everybody else. So if you're looking at championships, then Jordan and everybody else is eliminated, then you go right to Bill Russell.
Yeah, and if you're looking at percentage, then it's Jordan.
Right.
Because Russell lost, I think, 3, maybe 4.
And then you got,
and LeBron's sitting down pretty low.
Yeah, 4 out
if
of
we're looking
8.
at percentage.
Yeah. So it's, then it's like, you're using that they got to the NBA finals against them when they lose.
Yeah.
Versus, some ways you could say, well, the Patriots got there all the time. You can't win them all. Now, then you could say, well, Joe Montana only went to 4. Right? I mean, just, look, Terry Bradshaw won a whole bunch of Super Bowls. Is he thought of as the best? Like if you're separating championships from like whether you're a great player or not, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't carry the jockstrap of Dan Marino. Trust me. I know. I played against them all. Not even close. And I will tell you this, the best thrower of the football that I've played, right? And I've played against Brett Favre, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Steve McNair, everybody.
Yeah.
Is Dan Marino. Hands down. Not even close.
Why is it so much better?
Well, I mean,
just
the touch. He throws these routes that Trey Taylor and those guys run, and they're running it was like 7-on-7 for him. He was flat out unstoppable. I played against John Elway, but it's all about what you're viewing. But if you're looking at winners, then you look at Tom Brady. You look at, of course, Peyton Manning. You look at those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then, same thing when you look at, like Drumstick said. He says, okay, MJ is 6-0 in the finals. LeBron is 4-6. Okay, that's fine. I've seen MJ get swept. I've seen them lose in the first round.
Yeah.
If LeBron loses in the first round, all hell breaks loose. So I understand it. Sure, in championships, they were able to win 6 championships to 0. I would argue in those 6 championship teams, there are better players on those 6 championship teams versus what LeBron took. Those early Cleveland teams weren't championship type of team.
No, they weren't. But you're taking risks when you keep hopping around different teams, and it worked to him to a degree.
Right.
You got
but when
4
he
rings
was
out of it.
early in his career, second year going to the finals and all that, going up against that Spurs
Yeah,
team.
the Cavs were a sorry franchise.
Right. But when you're LeBron James' team, when they played the Spurs,
yeah,
it was, come on. It wasn't even never going to be a chance. You get what I'm saying? But I get it. I understand.
And
Like
then
I
he
said,
had, when Dirk beat him in that one. That one hurt.
That's the biggest black eye.
Yeah.
All the other ones, I'm not even trying to hear about it. That's the one right there. And it's actually just one game. It's actually that one pivotal game.
The one after they made fun of Dirk.
He played horrible.
Yeah.
And then Dallas went berserk. And that's the one.
That might be the most impressive finals run too.
Yeah.
Because that was a good Trailblazers team. He had to go through the Thunder.
Drumstick said this. He said LeBron had Anderson Varejao, Daniel Gibson, Mo Williams, all in the Hall of Fame.
Good old Gibson, Taj Gibson, a legend.
Mm-hmm.
I like the optimism.
But you know what? It's funny is that I remember when this is going towards the NBA Finals tonight. We'll obviously take a break, and then when we come back, is that I remember when Wemby. I remember watching. Who was it? It was either Kendrick Perkins or it was Shaq and Barkley, and this is when Wemby was over there in France playing,
right?
And it was one of those like under 19 or whatever, and I was like, this dude is good. And I remember them talking. They're like, this dude's going to take over the league. And then every year you wouldn't see much of him. Then he obviously came. And then that's where you had, Chet from Minnesota and all that. And so those two kind of came in, clashed the Titans. It looked like that's the way that the NBA was going for years to come.
Yeah.
And obviously Chet's going to have to get back in the lab mentally more than physically.
Yeah,
right?
You don't want him to suffer the Ben Simmons fall off, or it's just more mental than anything else.
He's going to, and he won't, because
not to that degree.
Not that degree, but you got to look.
But there's levels to it.
There's a level that you got to go. Listen. Yeah. Wemby went and met with the monks. All right. He literally went to met. So whoever you need to talk to, okay, you need to get on that level. I don't know if it's Kevin Durant or Kevin Garnett or Jordan. You got to figure out something. I remember because me and DP were doing our show, and I was pounding on the table like this is the way it's gonna go. And that time San Antonio was horrible, and OKC was just on the come up, and to see it in person, to see it play out. Hopefully, this is kind of like a boxing match where Chet lost the first round or like the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a boxing match. They played, I think it was like the under 21.
Right, but this is like the first one on the big.
This is the first one on the big stage.
Yeah, first one. Well, okay, that's a big stage under 21, and then now Wemby got to get back. Yep. Okay, Chet, let's go. No matter where you're at, you're gonna have to get it because it's definitely personal.
Yeah,
that's where you're talking about. This on the text line, it's personal. Hopefully in 10 to 15 years, we're arguing about Wemby like you're arguing about LeBron. And people are it's so funny. Chris Hawkins, if you're listening, he always sends me this stuff about LeBron and flop. I just laugh because what LeBron's doing, nobody's ever done. And it's almost like what he's doing well, even at this age, is working against him. And here's why I know. Here's why I look at it differently. Granted, I didn't play basketball. I'm not saying I was an NBA player. I was an NFL player. I've been fortunate enough to watch both of them on TV and live multiple times, Kobe included. I watched Jordan with the Wizards play the Timberwolves, and people were like, he shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Right? I remember that.
Yeah.
How, like my grandma say, how soon they forget. So I understand where you I remember people, NBA players, former NBA players being mad at Jordan because he was getting all the calls.
Yeah. Well, I remember I tried to watch LeBron James, because I was hearing he was the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
He didn't show up, load management.
Oh, he didn't go to he didn't play?
Yeah, he didn't show up.
Yeah, that made you that's that's where it comes from.
Yeah, that is where it comes from.
See, look,
he didn't show up. His boy Rondo didn't show up.
We've had an hour and a half discussion. Now we know. Load management. Let me ask you this before we go to break. Who started load management?
Spurs, Greg Popovich.
See, that's you know what you're talking about. So be mad at Pop. Matter of fact, be mad at Wemby. They load manage with him. Be mad at Pop. If you were going to say LeBron, you wanted to say LeBron, and I'm sure Drumstick in 91-74 wanted to say, go ahead and say Manu Ginobili is better than LeBron. And what's the other dude?
Tony Parker?
Yeah, no, the redhead dude they had, Bonner.
Oh,
you can say Bonner. Matt Bonner is better than LeBron.
Dellavedova.
Yeah, Dellavedova. The Steph Curry stopper for like a quarter. Anyways, we'll take a quick break, come back. We'll dive into this NBA Finals tonight. Jay Foreman, Harrison, we'll be right back.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Grant Wister. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally new.
What?
You know, boom, 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 boom. Shh.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, Harrison on the ones and twos. Spurs against the Knicks. We talked about it a little bit, then we went off the rails. We're going to be back. We're going to evaluate the game. We're going to evaluate softball championship as well. We don't have any skin in the game. Nebraska had a great season. So we're going to hang our hat on the Huskers. But I think I'm going to pick the Spurs again.
How many games? Or just for tonight?
I think they're going to win tonight. I think it's going to be in 5.
Give me Knicks tonight. Give me Knicks in 7. I want to see some.
That would be epic.
I want to see some fun. And I think those two teams are two teams that are two of the least friendly teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like they don't really. The Knicks keep it within the Knicks. The Spurs keep it within the Spurs. The Celtics, they'll do jersey swaps with anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to watch the game.
I think they're a tough physical team.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the Knicks are going to be.
Oh, they ain't going to be scared. And
problem is the Spurs just got height, length everywhere.
Yeah.
And you got Brunson and
Castle
Hart
and all that. But Mikal Bridges might live up to, getting traded for like 85 picks. Never know.
That's the hope.
I'm sorry everybody got mad about LeBron James and Jordan. But I'm excited to tell you we're going to be back on it again because I'm going into the lab and researching.
Okay. Let me do this then. If you're going to, when you bring this out, because I'll bring my Michael Jordan.
Okay. Wait, tomorrow?
You want to do it tomorrow? I'll be here.
I already got my stuff on my notes.
I know you do. You'd be ready to spew that nonsense.
Hey, I ate Strick up on there too, man. I told you.
Well, Strick probably thought he'd be able to go off the top of his head. I'll get my notes.
Get your notes ready. Tomorrow is the rematch, and so it's
game 2.
Yeah, 90, 91, 74, 22, 80. My man in Georgia. Be ready tomorrow.
And if you guys want to email me your own research papers,
Harrison, and listen, I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, I got a lot more researchers on my department.
Let me tell you, once I do LeBron, I'm going to unleash Oscar Robertson on you too. I got it. It's a historian. Oh yeah,
I might see if Brooke Koepka's better than LeBron.
I love it, man. I love it. Hey, appreciate you guys, man. Text it in. Look forward to tomorrow. Love all you guys, and go LeBron. Anyways, for Jay Foreman and Harrison, old school. We're out of here. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes.